My check, my check, my check. My check, my check. Oh, you hear me? You're muted. You're muted. Yo, Zig. Do me a favor.
Can you hear me, great brother?
Yeah, definitely. I hear you now. You turn that fan on and kind of like point it in the direction for me. And I was gonna say I'll give some coffee, but yeah, a real low, yeah. Looks like right there is good. I think. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. You hear me?
Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check. I hear you. You don't hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Mic check, mic check.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, we're good. I don't know what was going on again, man. Thought it was crashing out. Thought it was crashing out once again, man. I'm like, man, it's crashing out once again. Once again, it's crashing out.
All right. Yeah, I picked up my shotgun today. Man, that baby looking crazy. Matter of fact, I should have sent you a picture. I should have been sent you a picture of that.
Oh, yeah, send me a picture of that, bro.
I'm sending you that right now. And boom. Sent that over. I sent that. And then my FN, I put a can on it, but I ain't that's not my can. That's the shop owner's can. But I'm ordering one.
Yeah, that's beauty right there, bro.
Yeah, I put the mag pool on there now. It's gotta get the light for it. Yeah, that thing is serious. That thing is beautiful.
Yeah, that's serious, bro.
Saddle. And then I got my FN. I put the can on the FN, the silencer. But that ain't my silencer though. So I just tried it on my gun. That's my gun, but that ain't my silencer.
Oh, that's fire.
I'm gonna get one though.
That's fire. Yeah, man. So let's get into this, man. I felt the need. I felt the urge to just cook again this afternoon. Initially, I was like, I was gonna go in a different direction, Clay. But then I kept getting these messages, and I said, man, I just feel like cooking. I just feel like cooking these dudes again.
Everybody feeling some kind of way. Everybody in their feelings, man. It's interesting. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? No, you know what it is, Clay? The truth is coming out.
Yeah.
It's the truth. The truth is just oozing out. It's just spilling out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just shows the lack of knowledge in the sport of boxing, for one.
Right.
Right. You got people talking about Devin Haney, right? Because he's suing Ryan Garcia. Right. That means that he's being soft. Right.
100%.
And so, like I said, we have to educate ourselves on the sport of boxing. We have to educate ourselves on the history of the sport of boxing, right? What happens is that today's time, we live in the era of instant gratification, right? Instant gratification to where people just, there's no research needed. So social media, Clay, and the internet and Google, right? It has watered down the ability to think for yourself, right? It has watered down the ability to do research, right? Because everything is just at your fingertips, right? You type in a few words and all of a sudden you're a genius, right? Nobody has to, you don't have to sit and learn anything anymore. You don't have to sit and actually understand things anymore, right? You can just, today's time, you can just pick up something and just be like, hey, listen, okay, yeah, this is the, and the sport of boxing, as I always says, the sport of boxing, in this sport, unlike any other sport, you can pick up the sport of boxing because it's all people see is Neanderthals, right? They just see two not Neanderthals, two meatheads, right? They just two guys. How hard is it to understand fighting? You know what I'm saying? When you follow boxing, you don't. Oh, it's two guys fighting. I could watch that in the street. It's not hard to understand, right? It's not hard to follow. But when you're watching football, NFL, or baseball, or NBA, or hockey, those things require you having knowledge of the actual sport, because then you can't follow it.
100%.
You can't follow it, right? If you don't know the basics of football, it's like, no disrespect to women, but it's like back in our era when women didn't participate so much in sports like that, right? It was rare, right? When women watch sports, 90% of women was like, what's going on here, right? That's what happens universal, right? Globally, if you don't know basketball, baseball, football, you can't follow the sport.
Right.
So what's going on here? You don't know the verbiage, you don't know you don't understand it, so you can't follow it. Boxing, on the other hand, that's why you have for one, boxing is the grandfather of combat sports. That and wrestling. And two, UFC requires a lot more knowledge because there's a lot more to
disciplines.
It. Right.
You got jiu-jitsu, you got wrestling, you got Muay Thai, you got karate, you got boxing, you got
right. It's different facets of it. Right. So now you got to understand, well, he getting points for pinning him down, or his shoulder was here, or stand up here, or his takedown was points. It requires too much. Right. Boxing don't. It's two dudes standing there chucking knees. Now we know it's a sweet science. We know it's an art to it.
Right.
But most people, you got so much casuals in boxing, right? Because guess what? All it requires is this guy beat that guy. Oh, this guy's my favorite fighter because he knocked this dude out. You don't know how he knocked him out. You don't know why he knocked him out. You don't know what the requirements was. You don't know nothing about it, right? And so
you probably didn't see it coming, right? Because you're not even reading what's happening in the ring. When it happens, you get surprised. Oh, I didn't see that coming. He's setting that dude up the last 2-3 rounds. You setting him up to get him to that point. You saw it.
Right. And Clay, that's why when it's the sweet science taking place and it's a high-speed chess match, people are bored because they can't follow what's actually taking place.
Right.
But when you have a situation where it's knockouts, the casuals gravitate to a person that gets knockouts as long as they fit the narrative. Right. Because there's also false narratives, because the casuals claim they like knockouts, but Deontay Wilder was knocking everybody out. And then people said, well, he can't box. And then guess what? That became an actual conversation where you had casuals repeating he can't box. They don't even know what's going on. They just repeat what they heard. And then you have situations like Tank Davis, right? Where the mass majority of people say he can box because he can. But he's also a knockout artist. So those casuals gravitate to him. And then you have people pushing false agendas and lies and narratives out here against specific fighters that, quote unquote, because he can't punch, right? Devin Haney, according to, like Tank said, he can't punch himself out of a wet paper bag and is a middleweight, right? And that just becomes a narrative. But yet he's fighting guys that have less knockouts than Devin Haney does. And Devin Haney is on his list of fighters that he was supposed to fight. Because Lamont Roach got 10 knockouts. So why are you fighting that man? Last time I checked, 15 is more than 10. Right? Frank Martin had 12 knockouts. Last time I checked, 15 is more than 12. So I get confused when people say certain things. It makes no sense to me, but it does make sense. And so a narrative gets pushed, agendas get pushed, and people don't know. So let me just give a little history lesson to some things, right? When people say, because I just had this conversation with nephew G Tatted Up, and then with a few other people that send me this nonsense, right? And I'm just gonna have to say his name. I typically don't say names, but Showbiz made a video, a clip talking about Devin Haney is not acting like a fighter, right? And furthermore, then you have, this is why it's irresponsible to do things like that to people that don't know the sport of boxing, because they go and regurgitate the nonsense that they just heard because they don't know what they're talking about. Acting like a fighter, and then he references Deontay Wilder and Miguel Cotto in such, right? Not knowing that Miguel Cotto would have taken Margarito to court. The reason he didn't, because he didn't have any proof.
Right.
That's
they didn't
number
figure
one.
that out till Shane, right?
Right. They had no proof. And again, you see, this is why when you have people misleading people and they regurgitate this nonsense, Miguel Cotto cried about that incident for how long, Clay?
Forever.
Forever.
I thought it affected him mentally. It seemed like he couldn't get over it.
Right. And then
I was worried that it was going to change him. I was worried that it was going to change him. I ain't going to lie.
And it did change him. And remember this, Clay. People were saying that Cotto was being a diva and complaining and wasn't being a real Puerto Rican boxer. But see, you would know this if you educated yourself on this and not just be misled by somebody telling you Cotto behaved like a fighter. Cotto didn't behave like a fighter. He didn't fight Margarito till down the line in the rematch.
Yep.
Because for one, Margarito wasn't even interested in fighting him because Margarito himself was saying he's being a diva and a sore loser.
Right.
And the mass majority of the people was saying Cotto was being a diva and a sore loser. It wasn't until Shane Mosley, not even Shane Mosley, the late great brother Mustafa, who did I'm gonna say? No, that was what was his name? Wow.
What you talking about? You talking about Bernard's old coach, one that just passed away a few years ago?
Yeah. Nazim Richardson. Thank you.
Yeah, Nazim, right.
Yeah,
right.
Brother Nazim. He caught Margarito gloves. Thank you, Drew. He caught Margarito gloves, his hand wraps, right before he fought Shane Mosley in the locker room.
Right.
And then when he caught him in the locker room, then it became, oh, Cotto was right. Nobody was saying Cotto was right. They were saying he was a diva. Everybody started talking about how difficult it was to negotiate fights with him. You have promoters talking about how difficult it is to negotiate fights with him. He's a diva. He don't want to do this. He don't want to do that. Remember this, Clay? They started talking about, look at the clothes that he wears. He wearing pink clothes. Remember, he wear the slippers.
Yeah,
Cotto started that before Canelo was wearing the pajamas. Remember, Cotto was wearing the pajamas to the weigh-ins and the press conference. And they started saying that Cotto was a diva for doing that.
Yes, sir.
So when you have somebody telling you that Miguel Cotto behaved like a fighter, you are lying to these people.
Right.
Because he then remember this, Clay. Cotto said he didn't want to rematch Margarito because he was a cheater. And then it got to the point where Cotto was like, you know what? I'm a boxer. After he got caught by Mosley.
Right. Got his face broken.
And Cotto wanted to take him to court. Remember, Cotto kept showing the pictures to anybody that would listen. Look at his wraps. Look at the pink. Look at the red. And then he brought up Deontay Wilder. And he said, Deontay Wilder, he got back in the ring. Baby. He got back in the ring with Tyson Fury and got it back. Deontay Wilder was going to court with Tyson Fury and suing Tyson Fury. So what are you talking about?
To fight him.
The two things that both guys lacked, Deontay Wilder and Miguel Cotto, they lacked the information because Margarito was never suspended or punished for his actions. He was never found guilty. Neither was Tyson Fury. It was all, we understood that the gloves looked suspect and Margarito rap looked suspect, but there was no actual proof until Shane Mosley caught Margarito. Well, Nazim Richardson caught Margarito, and Deontay Wilder never had the proof outside of the injuries he suffered and the pictures that we had.
Right.
Tyson Fury never was punished for that. So you misleading the people. That's irresponsible, bro. To tell these people that Cotto behaved like a fighter, Wilder behaved like a fighter. No, Wilder was taking, I know this for a fact, he was taking Fury to court. He actually took him to court, and Fury, because Fury was trying to get out the third fight along with it.
100%.
And so telling the people that they behave like a fighter and Devin Haney ain't, you're lying to the people and you're misleading the people. Because these people don't know the backstory of Cotto and Wilder's situation. So the difference is that Devin Haney actually caught Ryan Garcia, and Ryan Garcia was punished.
He's convicted.
He was convicted. Furthermore, we have a fighter, Clay, and then I'm going to let you go ahead and cook because I'm being a little long-winded. But furthermore, Clay, we had another fighter who fought Collins, and after Resto and Collins and that whole situation, they found out he cheated and took the padding out of his gloves. He was suspended, and Collins actually took his life, according to his dad. Now, the reports will tell you it was an accident. But his life was altered forever. He was an undefeated fighter on the verge of being a champion and was cheated in the fight. He lost his eyesight due to somebody cheating him in the fight.
Yep.
And he lost his career. He got depressed, and he ended up, his life was cut short. So why are you telling people somebody behaving like a fighter?
100%. 100%, Blue.
Yeah. So stop telling these people and having these people in my inbox talking about, yeah, Devin Haney ain't acting like a fighter.
9 out of 10 of them ain't even fighters.
Right. And then referencing, people don't even know the history. Cotto acted like a fighter. Wilder say he was taking him to court and fighting him in the rematch. He wanted it both ways, just like Devin Haney. And the same thing with Cotto. So 100%. If you don't tell people the backstory and they don't understand what actually took place, they'll believe this. They'll think that, oh yeah, well Cotto just went in there and had the rematch. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. And at one point in time, Cotto wanted Margarito kicked out the sport.
Big facts.
So please stop telling these people that, oh, Cotto behaved like a fighter, Wilder behaved, they ain't go to court. Yeah, they did. Cotto just didn't have the means. If Miguel Cotto had the proof, the actual hardcore proof, Margarito would have been cooked if it was up to Miguel Cotto. Believe that. If it was up to Miguel Cotto, Margarito would have been cooked.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So he telling people that. Listen to this. You know, just to give you listen to this, Clay.
Mm-hmm.
He fought Margarito. He didn't rematch Margarito till 2 years later. Three years later, Clay. He had, in between the Margarito fight, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights before he rematched Margarito. Cotto did.
Right.
Today's time, 5 fights is 3 years. That's 3 years. 2008 to 2011. He didn't rematch Margarito for 3 years.
From 11.
And then Margarito, he cheated him and then got beat up by Pacquiao.
That's a fact.
He cheated Cotto, then got caught by Shane Mosley. Got knocked out by Shane Mosley. Fought Roberto Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, then he fought Cotto.
Facts.
So what are y'all talking about?
Yeah, it honestly, Blue. I've been saying this since the beginning of this Ryan Garcia situation. since the beginning of this situation, since Regis Prograis, to be honest with you, and Devin Haney, up till present moment, the boxing space has had an opportunity to expose themselves, and they've wasted no time in doing that. They jumped on every single opportunity to show how biased and how much hatred they can have for somebody who looks like most of you guys in here, right? Looks like most of you guys, right? Ryan Garcia getting caught on this test, it was just like, I'm trying to tell you guys, I wasn't even as mad at Ryan Garcia as I was at the boxing space. I'm like, all right, boxers have been doing this for years. You know what I mean? Fighters have been doing this for years, using performance enhancement drugs, getting caught, getting suspended, the boxing community holding them accountable. Like, he did what? But we got to see how people really get super focused, put their crosshairs on somebody, and by any means necessary decide that they're going to tear that person down. By any means necessary, they're going to do it. They don't care what they got to tap into. They don't care how far they got to extend into it. They're going to tear that person down. And this argument is a simple argument. It's not complicated. You know, Miguel Cotto, Margarito, and Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, those are just inconvenient facts, right? Because that's what it is, right? Inconvenient for another side of the argument facts. It really comes down to something very simple. Y'all don't fuck with Devin. Y'all don't rock with Devin. And that's what it comes down to. It's really not that complicated. It's hard for me to sit here and just give some long-winded explanation or I can't, because it's not that stuff we all know. Y'all don't care, right? Y'all don't care about all those inconvenience. What it comes down to is you guys don't like him. You guys don't like him, and in the spirit of tearing him down, you'll sacrifice the integrity of the sport you claim you love. You won't even hold the sport above and say, you know what, boxing first. You know, damn Devin, I don't like Devin. But we can't have this happening. We can't have Ryan Garcia frolicking around on camera, celebrating his win, not caring, stepping up on the stage and saying, I don't care, I didn't make the weight, but when I beat him up, everybody gonna love me. When I knock him out, everybody gonna love me. He can tell you to his face. He can boast about it later and be like, yeah, I didn't make the weight on purpose. He can implicate Floyd Mayweather. He can tell you he don't like you, he don't like your religion. He could tell you he hope he takes one of your ancestors who's an ancestor now, that he'll pull him out the grave and put his knee on his neck, and there's nothing that'll dissuade you from your hatred for one man. Your hatred for one man will allow you to take people calling you monkeys, all types of conversations that come out off the strength of your hatred for one man. So I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed at all with you guys in your point of view. And as far as Devin Haney's concerned, that's not my business. That's all power to him, bro. All power to him. There was no thought taken into when he took the Ostrine and he came in 3.5 pounds overweight and he did all them antics he was doing. There was no consideration for the sport then. Nobody was holding Ryan Garcia accountable then. Everybody was saying, oh, that's just antics. He's selling the fight. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. So why should Devin care now? At least he's standing on something righteous. At least his life was on the line. At least he was in the ring with somebody that tried to take his life, and he's trying to defend something, and he's trying to get compensated for what happened to him. At least he's standing on some moral ground. Ryan Garcia been playing with y'all from day one. Had y'all thinking that he was out there trying to stop kids from getting trafficked and that his butt got played with in the woods. Remember? That's what he was telling y'all. Y'all didn't care about that. So no, brother. No. I refuse to be on the side of an argument to go against somebody on my side of the fence, somebody who looks like me, right? A God-fearing man, and be on the side of some clown.
And on top, the worst part is, like you said, Clay, this dude, Devin Haney, is respecting the sport. He did everything the right way.
100%.
And y'all trying to find a way to go against that for a guy that did everything the wrong way? What is this? What is this world come to? This dude did everything the right way. And we still out here trying to blame him?
It's a reflection of our society, bro. It's a reflection of our society. I tell you, it's outside of here, of this community, people get an opportunity to see the reality TV show.
Hold that thought, right, Clay? You have Andre B in here talking about y'all sound crazy. If Tank was doing this, Tank already said he would have did this if he was cheated by Ryan. Did you not know that? This is why I tell you to educate yourself. Tank already said Ryan was juicing. Tank already said if Ryan cheated him, Ryan would never box again. So what difference does it make? Because we want to use this silly notion that if you from the black community and you quote unquote take it to the streets, that's better than taking it into court. What's the difference? Andre B. Now explain that, because Tank said if Ryan Garcia cheats me, he'll never box again. So what's the difference? Did he say if Ryan cheat me, he gonna take him to he gonna rematch him?
It's sad. It's sad that you even brought Tank up. I'm just saying, it's sad that you even brought Tank up. I'm sorry, brother. It don't even make no sense. We talking about Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney in a situation. That's where your mind is. I get it, right? You trying to figure out, right? You trying to figure out how they trying to pull Tank into this. Right. Not caught up.
He said if Tank did this, you would be saying, well, Tank said this is what Tank said he would be doing.
And then that happens to you.
So then what are you talking about? And Tank was the first one said he was juicing. But then as soon as he tested positive, because it was against Devin Haney, Tank defended him. Now make that make sense.
It's a reflection of our society, man. And it's this reality TV show, and the world gets to peep into the black experience, the black American experience, because this is what we do to each other, right? This represents the murder rates in our neighborhood, the hatred we've been conditioned to give ourselves. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear about it, but it's just a reflection. It's just a reflection of the way you're brought up to think and the way you operate in your own community against people who look just like you.
Marcus Priest said Devin is not on what y'all on. I don't know what you're talking about. G tatted up nephew in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on us in the super chat. Everyone smash the like button and share the stream, please. Facts. Peace, blessings to the Queen, Maya Egypt. Peace and blessings to the Queen, Jay Lynn. I know I missed some of the queens. I apologize. And we're gonna have a special guest. Shamar Canal will be in the building soon. James Durbett, my brother, he said I'm 23 and have autism, and you two are my favorite YouTubers. Hey, blessings to you, brother.
Yeah, blessings. That threw me off when I read that. I didn't know how to process it. I'm like,
yeah, blessings to you, brother. Much love to you, man. You understand? So I don't get it. I don't understand people, man.
We'll never get it, Blue. I've come to that understanding, Blue, that, and I'm new to the space. I always say that, right? Because this is all like a culture shock for me at times, but at other times it's not a culture shock, because it's like, you know what? This is just a reflection of my community, bro. This is why we work hard. We work hard to get our families out of these situations, because we have been conditioned to hate each other, bro, to hate ourselves, bro, to do everything in our power to get as far away from ourselves as possible. It's sad, bro. It's sad that even in a situation like this, and this is extreme. That's why this is why it's being exposed, because it's extreme. We're like this anyway, but you got a dude who went on a recording and said, I hate niggas, I hate Muslims. He went all out. It's almost like God used this dude to expose us to ourselves. Now, I don't know how much lower he could go to show how much lower, how he didn't work out during the camp. He didn't make the weight on purpose. We've got outside sources like Scooter who will tell you this man was like 50 something pounds. He got called an emergency to get this dude to lose the weight, and how he ran out the night that he was working him out and making him go through the sauna and make him lose the weight, how he left and disappeared for hours. We don't know where he went. Came back. He had no intentions on losing the weight, admitted he wasn't trying to lose the weight. Didn't even pay the 1.5 he said he was going to pay. Shot him like $600,000, $200,000 a pound. Then popped on the PD, said there's nothing left outside of this man shooting this man inside of the ring. And I don't know how y'all would feel about that. Well, he was talking crazy. That's what happens. He kind of caused it for himself. He made that. There's nothing. There's no low. There's no level you guys don't hit. So what do you want me to say? I'll just keep it simple and say, I ain't impressed.
Andre B, when I put the link in the chat, either you hit the link and come stand on your square, or I'm just going to block you. How about that? And G tatted up nephew. You believe what you want to believe. I don't understand why you asking me if somebody else believes that notion, then you believe the notion, brother. I mean, this is what you have to do. You have to say this, G tatted up. You'll be better off when you just say you don't like Devin Haney. Just say you don't like Devin Haney, brother. You keep trying to push it on other people. Well, this person said this about Devin Haney and it made sense. This person said this about Devin Haney and it made sense. No, you don't like Devin Haney. Period. Just go with that and just don't like Devin Haney. Stop trying to pretend that you want to be on the fence and Devin Haney. No, you don't like Devin Haney, brother. Just say you don't like Devin Haney. Plain and simple. Period. You like Tank Davis. You're a fan of Tank Davis, and you don't like Devin Haney. Simple. But guess what? The facts is always going to prevail, so it doesn't matter. It just is what it is. Period. You have to understand that I'm far from. It starts to insult my intelligence when you're trying to tell me, like you just said, right? No, you don't like Devin Haney. Please stop saying that. You don't like nothing about Devin Haney. Every time somebody says something about Devin Haney, you go and be like, yeah, that don't make sense about Devin Haney. Showbiz said Devin Haney's not yeah, that makes sense. Now people are saying that mass majority of people don't like you or something wrong about you. I never heard that. Because what they say, Clay, when everybody don't like you, right, that means you're doing something right.
I've definitely heard of that. I don't know. Yeah, that whole saying that if a bunch of people don't like you, then it must be something you're doing, bro. That's crazy. Because let me put some perspective on that, right? Could you imagine how much of an identity crisis somebody's gonna go through trying to impress people, trying to have most people like them to validate themselves? In a society where everybody's crazy, the normal person's always gonna look crazy. In a society that's poor on moral values, right? They don't stand for nothing. They fall for anything. We're in a fallen state as that we're in right now. We see it every day. We don't need to get that deep into it because it's a boxing channel, but we are in a fallen state. So in what world in a fallen state would I be concerned about what most of the people think? In most religious religious books and disciplines that are out there, right? Most people ain't going to heaven. You feel me? That's a fact. Most people got it wrong. Most people don't know what they're talking about. Most people have been compromised in multiple different ways, morally, physically. Their perspective is all messed up. Now let's compound that with the society we're in, where you guys are addicted to your screen time, to your social media, to your news, to your TV, to the fake news. You guys are easily persuaded. So in what world would I advise any one of my 3 kids to be concerned with what most people think about them? Your grandmother was in a different time. Trust me when she said that. She didn't have an iPhone. She wasn't dealing with the stuff we're dealing with right now. God bless her, bro. Sounds like a smart woman who's trying to give you the right guidance. Well, we should evolve and know that just does not apply to today's times. It can't. It can't.
Right. Michael Graham, this is funny. This is the funniest comment I ever seen. Bill Haney ain't gonna give either you two a dime. Send the link. I thought I was on Bill Haney payroll.
Yeah. What did Tank send you?
Wait, I thought I was on Bill Haney payroll. Now he ain't gonna give me a dime? But I thought I was already on his payroll. I thought I was on Bill Haney payroll. Well, now I'm not on his payroll. Now he ain't gonna give me a dime. Wait, when we went to eat at dinner, I thought y'all said that Bill Haney bought me off. Which one is it? Y'all can't. Y'all scrambled yourself. Your brains are scrambled eggs. Y'all can't even stay on code to say y'all on so many different pages.
Yeah, I don't know what's emotional. I don't know what's emotional. And let me tell you something, bro.
Hey,
when people say stuff and I know it's so far from the truth, I just can say you're delusional, family, right? You're delusional. So what am I supposed to say to you? Because from afar, people can't tell who's who. So I'm supposed to get into it with you and defend myself and show you that.
Watch this now.
What
Andre B said, "I'm gonna come on." This link is just for Andre B. And then we're gonna have our special guest on for a second. Then we're gonna cook again.
Yeah. Marcus.
Hey, Andre B. There goes the link. Please click the link. Please click the link, bro. Y'all are hilarious. Boxing fans are hilarious. Y'all are hilarious.
All right, Don,
hey man, I love it.
Can you imagine trying to? We gotta
and turn your camera on.
Yeah,
we're not hiding behind.
We gotta be patient with you guys, and I have to understand what the space that we're dealing with, because some of the stuff y'all say is just so beneath response. Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's actually hilarious.
Because you're gonna want to hit that link, and you're gonna want to come up here and justify.
No, don't disappear. Michael Graham and what's the other brother name? Marcus Priest. Don't go nowhere.
And justify something, and because Tank would never sue somebody, that is the end all be all.
But how would they know
how we supposed to be acting?
How would they know what Tank? How are they speak?
Well, I mean, because you think that, right? You think Tank will do it. Right. That's the end all be all, right? Like that's the right thing to do now, because he's your moral compass on how to handle situations like this.
Michael Graham, turn your camera on.
Yeah. So you guys basically, before you do something, you go, what would Tank do?
Michael Graham, turn the camera on. Michael Graham, turn the camera on.
What would Tank do? Hold on, before I do something for myself, what would Tank do?
Michael Graham, turn the camera on, great brother.
Y'all make
while Michael Graham trying to figure out his camera, we're gonna go to my brother Marcus Priest.
Salute, Marcus.
What up? What up? What up? What up?
What's good, my guy?
Chilling. So I'm just trying to get some perspective. What I was saying is, Devin ain't on what y'all on is because I've heard Devin talk very derogatory about a lot of black fighters. A lot of black fighters that he wasn't even in negotiating the fight. You know what I'm saying? So two rights don't make a wrong. It's kind of like what y'all saying about Ryan is true. Everything you saying about Ryan is true. You know, but at the same time, y'all paint him with a very broad brush. You know, it needs to take a deeper dive, you know what I'm saying, into the whole situation. You know, like all skin folk ain't kinfolk. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't get along with everybody who share the same color that we do. I mean, that's unrealistic. You know what I'm saying? It's African Americans, you know what I'm saying, that's in your life or has been in your life in the past or in the future. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, in the past or the present, and y'all just don't see eye to eye for whatever reason. You know, so to get up here and just say, well, because of what happened between Devin and Ryan, that we should just definitely ride for Devin, you know, when his father and himself, you know what I'm saying, just they talk down on black folks. You know what I'm saying? Like they've done this. I've heard it. It's all over the internet.
Okay, let me just ask you this, Marcus. Again, with who?
You say, well, who?
Yeah.
Give me an example.
Okay, Gary Russell. Gary Antoine Russell.
They talk derogatory down to them. Or they talk in the space of boxing.
Nah, it wasn't in the space of boxing. It wasn't gamesmanship. You know, like you see the gray in my beard. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching boxing since the 80s.
Okay.
I noticed the gray immediately as soon as you came on the camera.
What did he say? What did he say about Gary Russell? Because I was a part of that whole situation.
Right.
You said what?
What did he say that was talking down on Gary Russell that was outside the realm of sport of boxing?
I mean, as far as like you mean like personal or
Whatever it is that you're using as an example, you reference them. So whatever it is, whatever reason is behind the referencing, your reason that you used.
my whole thing is, like I said, it was when as far as when I made the comment of all skin folk ain't kinfolk. You know what I'm saying? Like boxing can be and is to a large extent, you know what I'm saying, a gentleman's game. You know, when Crawford and Spence, you know what I'm saying, was doing that thing or whatever, or was past negotiations and get ready to fight, you know, it was all love between them two. You know, it was mutual respect.
All
Neither
right,
one of them
Marcus.
was talking.
Right,
Mark,
Mark.
if you
But
don't mind, not
you
that
can
I'm
have
not
you
interested in what you're saying, but if you could just give us the example, I don't want to get too far away from the example of what he said
But I
about.
was coming. I was coming back to that. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
cool,
I don't.
cool,
I
cool.
don't really. I mean, I've heard interviews and stuff. I don't have it. You know what I'm saying? I can't directly. You know what I'm saying? Quote. You know,
Is
but
there
it's
anybody that you want to use it directly quote, like give an example of another fighter you did that with that on top of your head that you can think of that he said something to?
that he said derogatory things about.
Yeah,
right
like you said
outside
that.
outside of the realm of the sport of boxing.
Right. Exactly.
What do you mean when you say outside of the realm of sport of boxing? What do you mean by that exactly?
What I mean, it's a competitive sport.
Okay, so
And it's a combat sport in the sport. What Ryan Garcia did was outside. Ryan Garcia is talking about black women. What does that have to do with boxing?
yeah, like I said,
Ryan Garcia is using the N word. What does that have to do with boxing? Ryan Garcia is saying that these black women deserve the abuse that they suffered because the color of their skin. What does that have to do with boxing?
I'm not on this platform to defend Ryan Garcia.
No,
You know
but
what I'm saying?
okay. So listen what you're saying.
So as I
You are
stated,
what you're doing is you're indirectly defending him because you said that Devin Haney was
no
using
sir,
his. You said that
no sir.
just follow me, Marcus. You said that Devin Haney was talking down to black fighters, so we shouldn't defend Devin Haney, right? So what I'm saying, but I'm asking you, and
I
Clay is
didn't say that.
asking you to give us an example of what Devin Haney has said to any of black fighters outside that disrespected him outside the realm of the sport of boxing.
I mean, I did say verbatim that everything that y'all said about Ryan is correct. Did y'all hear me say that?
Yeah, no, but what you said was that you said you have multiple examples of Devin Haney talking down on black fighters. So I'm asking you, outside the realm of the sport of boxing, what what did he say to what black fighters? Him and Bill.
I mean, he didn't say anything in comparative to anything that Ryan said. Absolutely not. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
So
So
it
that
he kept it boxing though. This it's boxing. So so Bill and Dev and Gary and Anton going back and forth. They kept it in the realm of the sport of boxing.
yeah, but at the same time, when you using people's name for clout, that
No,
you're
how's he
not
using?
gonna.
But whoa, we got to stop now. See, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. We go too far away from this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. So how's he using his name for clout? They were going back and forth to debating a fight. There was no clout being mentioned. Gary said something about Devin. Devin and Bill responded. They was talking about negotiations. What is clout? There's no such thing as clout when you compete, and we are what's the word I'm looking for, Clay? We are
We're fighters. We're peers. We're competing
we're
against
peers.
each other.
Right. We're in the same sport. How could I use you for clout when I'm a fighter
I,
and you're a fighter?
well, okay, well, let me explain it. Let me explain it this way. And here's the way I feel about it. You know, if you're not in a serious negotiation to fight a fighter, then you shouldn't consistently keep any fighter's name in your mouth. You just
Why
shouldn't.
not? Why not?
You
This
know
is
what I'm saying?
it's
Because
the fight. Okay, so let me ask you this question.
I mean that's where the clout comes in.
Okay,
Like you, you're not.
So let me ask you this question: does Tank use fighters' names as clout? Then,
Does he use fighter's name as clout?
yeah, he's clout
Mm-hmm.
chasing it. He do a lot of clout chasing then, according to you, right?
I haven't heard Tank really use anybody's name for clout. He don't need to.
No, you said mention a fighter's name over and over again without having
No,
a contract
yeah, profusely.
profusely, right? Continuously. Okay,
Exactly.
so Tank is using Devin name profusely and not fighting him. Isn't he chasing clout then?
I really haven't heard Devin. I really haven't heard Tank
Wait a
talk
minute,
about Devin.
OG. Hey, wait a minute, OG. You just told me that you was long lasting in the sport of boxing, and you showed me the gray hairs. Now
Okay.
how could you? You said you heard everything Devin said about Gary, but you ain't hear nothing Tank said about Devin.
No, as far as this. Okay, so let me give you an example. You know, even okay, so Devin was in lightweight. He was fighting all of them was at 135 at the same time. The four kings. All of them was at 135. All of them was in the same weight class.
Right.
All of them was talking. All of them was talking. All of them was talking.
Well, we're not talking about all of them. We're talking about Tank.
Okay, so no, I mean as far as like Devin. So like Ryan made the fight. Okay, so they got together and they fought. First Ryan fought Tank. All right, he finally jumped out there and said, you know what? I'll make it happen. So Ryan fought Tank. That happened. You know, and then Ryan fought Devin. You know, that happened. You know, so Devin hasn't fought
Well, why
anybody.
didn't he though? But why didn't he though?
That's a great, because seriously,
No, it's
if
not.
you want to fight, if you
but it's not a great question. It's a simple
if
answer.
you want,
It's not
okay,
a great
if you're
Marcus.
if you're
Marcus,
provoking,
it's not a great question. It's a simple answer. He's been calling out these fighters and they didn't fight him. He's trying to fight Tank and Tank didn't fight him. What do you mean? There's not a great question.
you're not trying to fight Tank.
Excuse
If
me?
if you are a free agent, sign with the PBC, you'll easily get the Tank fight.
Oh yeah?
You can't sign with Eddie Hearn
Oh
talking
yeah.
about you want to fight Tank.
So you telling me that Devin Haney has to sign with the PBC to get a Tank fight?
It'll be much easier. You disagree?
Why? I'm a free agent.
Would you disagree if it'd be much easier to fight Tank?
Wait a minute.
If you sign with PBC?
If I'm in your division, I'm an undisputed champion. Why I got to sign with your promotional company to fight you? Shouldn't you just want to fight me?
Yeah.
Oh, so
But I'm saying
why does he have
if
to
you want
sign?
to fight,
Oh, and then furthermore, let me ask you this question, Marcus. Let me ask you this question. Didn't Tank say directly he wanted to fight Devin Haney next?
you said didn't Tank say he wanted to fight Devin Haney next?
Yeah, in 2022.
Okay, I'm not for sure about that. So let's just say yes. Okay.
Oh, okay, let me ask you a question. Was Ryan Garcia signed with the PBC?
No, he wasn't.
Why did he fight Tank then?
Because he wanted to. He really wanted to.
So then you don't have to sign with the PBC to fight him then, right?
You don't necessarily have. I didn't say you have to, but it'll be
You
easier.
said that Devin Haney, you just told me that Devin Haney should have signed with the PBC if he really wanted to fight Tank. Let me ask you another question. It's okay, so then clearly you don't need to be signed with the PBC to fight Tank. Clearly, right?
No, you don't have to be, but
Okay,
it'll make it easier.
so let me ask you a question. Ryan Garcia don't have to do it. Lomachenko don't have to do it, right? Is Lomachenko signed to the PBC?
Nope.
So why was Tank trying to fight him?
Why was Tank trying to fight him?
Yeah.
Because he the cash cow. He can pick whoever he wants.
Well, come on, man. So
That's
Devin got to jump through hoops and hurdles to get a Tank fight that Tank said he won. But Lomachenko, Ryan Garcia, all these other fighters ain't got to do it. Make this make sense, bro.
Blue, answer me one question.
Marcus,
tell me one serious step that Devin Haney made to
fight. You
said
that. Devin Haney, Eddie Hearn, Bill Haney, they reached out to Tank Davis after they beat Regis Prograis, and His Excellency they were reaching out to Tank Davis to make a fight after he beat Regis Prograis. Didn't Tank do a video dancing in the dark talking about they don't really know who to get in contact with when they was reaching out to try to make a fight?
Talk to Al. Yeah, talk to Al.
Okay, when they was trying to reach out to Al, right? Did Tank give them the information? Did he go tell Al, let's make this fight?
Come on now. You know, everybody know how to. Everybody in boxing know how to get in touch with Al if you want to get in touch with Al.
Let me stop you there. Everybody cannot get in contact with Al. There's fighters under the PBC banner that never even had a conversation with Al Haney.
So you think Eddie Hearn can't get in touch with Al if you wanted to?
That's not. There's fighters under the PBC banner that never even had a conversation with Al Heyman.
Look, we're not talking about fighters. We're talking about
there's fighters in Al Heyman's own promotional company that never had a conversation. So you just said everybody knows how to get in contact with Al. How you get in contact? If I'm signed to you and never had a conversation, how everybody know how to get in contact with you?
No, you said Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn trying to make a fight with Tank. You don't talk directly to Tank. You talk to Al. He said talk to Al.
So I'm glad you said that.
So Eddie Hearn, I said Eddie Hearn knows how to get in touch with Al.
I'm glad you said that. Al Heyman wasn't even active when Lomachenko and Bob Arum was negotiating with him. So how did they get in touch with Tank?
You said what now?
I said Bob Arum and Lomachenko and Igor Klimas was negotiating before Al Heyman, because Al Heyman was off the table for a while, dealing with health issues and situation with his family. So how was they getting in contact with Tank?
How was they getting in contact with Tank?
Yeah, how was they negotiating?
At the end of the day, you don't talk to Tank directly. You talk to Al.
Okay, well, Conor Ben and Eddie Hearn was talking directly to Tank to make a fight. What happened with that?
I don't know nothing about that. Nothing happened with it because it didn't happen.
Marcus, I did enough exercise today. You walking me around the block, Ray, brother.
Nah, what are you talking about?
You're walking me around the block. You're moving the goalposts. You continue to point to all these different scenarios other than now you're telling me you got to sign in PBC. I just gave you two fighters that wasn't signed in PBC that had exclusive rights with other networks and promotional companies. Then you say, well, Tank got selective chosen. So when he wants to fight you, then he wants to fight you. So then it's clear that he didn't want to fight Devin Haney, right?
If Turkey trying to reach directly out to Devin, and to Tank, and Tank tells you to talk to Al. If you want to make a fight with me, talk to Al.
Why don't
if you want to fight?
Why don't you want to Al?
Why don't he talk to Al?
Don't he want to fight? He said Devin on his list. If Devin is reaching out, why don't he talk to Al and say, Al, they trying to fight? Why don't he do that?
You would have to ask him that.
All right, great brother. Let me get to the next one.
I don't know. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
you ain't never gonna hold them accountable. That's what's gonna happen.
Accountable? Who, Tank?
Right. You just told me that Devin Haney said all these derogative things about Gary Russell. I asked you, what did he say? You never gave me one answer. Then you said that Devin Haney never really wanted to fight. Then I said, okay, well, he reached out, and then you moved the goalposts again. Then I said, well, then you said that Devin Haney needed to be signed in PBC. I said, well, Ryan and Lomachenko and other fighters wasn't signed in PBC. Then you said, well, Tank choose to fight who he wants to fight. You don't feel like at this point in time you're moving the goalposts? So
you said Devin reached out. He reached out in what capacity?
Bro, it doesn't even matter. If Tank wants to fight him, like Tank.
Devin left the weight class, Blue.
Long story short.
He left the weight class.
Oh, now he left the. All right, Marcus, I gotta go.
You know he did. He left the weight class.
I gotta go, great brother. I appreciate you.
You can't talk about fighting all these.
Great brother. Great brother. Please stop. Please stop. Now you
know he left the weight class.
This is what you're doing, right? Every time I say something, instead of you holding them accountable and say to tell the truth, you continue to reach for this. You grasping for different straws, bro.
I'm not grasping.
You're trying to take me underwater with you, brother. I will not go.
Nah, I'm not trying to take you nowhere. Is it?
I asked you why didn't Tank fight him. You said because he didn't want to. Plain and simple.
He left the class.
Huh?
He left the weight class.
Now he left the weight class. First it was he.
Oh, it's not while he. It's not now.
Marcus,
he did leave the weight class.
You just told me that Devin need to sign with the PBC. Then you told me that. Then you told me Devin needs
easier. Absolutely,
bro. This is what you're doing. You're taking this jacket and you putting it on Devin Haney. You don't.
How you think Crawford got the fight?
You right. Errol Spence did it. not Al
They
Heyman.
did
Errol
exactly.
Spence did it, not Al Heyman.
Exactly.
You just, bro,
Because
what are you talking? I gotta go,
because
Marcus.
they wanted to fight.
You said that you got to go through Al. You just said, how did Crawford get the Errol Spence fight? Errol Spence
Still,
made it happen.
it's still
Exactly what? So then, why
exactly
isn't Tank making it happen,
because you're not listening to me. They still went through Al.
bro?
He just told him no. He's like no. He said give him what he wants.
Marcus, you my guy. I love you, brother. Al Heyman, Terrence Crawford, and Errol Spence went through each other, and then Errol Spence went to Al, just like I just told you, right? If Tank Davis want to fight Devin Haney, he can negotiate
100%.
with Devin Haney and take it back to Al. That's what I just said. You just said the same thing. So I asked you, why didn't Tank take it to Al?
He don't need to.
When Eddie, he don't need to. Okay, Marcus, I gotta go, great brother. I appreciate you, great brother. Much love to you.
This Marcus, watch this back and think about it and come back tomorrow, and then let's see if maybe sometimes you just gotta look at it again.
Andre, hold on 1 second, bro. Salute to my brother Derek Yimiyez in the super chat. Drop that half a hundo. On us in the super chat. He said blue cooking right now. Salute to Derek Yimiyez, my brother in the super chat. Much love, family. Hey, you can't make this stuff up, man. You can't. Andre B, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, my brother?
Hey,
Andre.
Hey, I was watching you in the chat, great brother. You got to back it up now. Now you're here.
I'm here, man. I'm here.
Let's go. You said I'm hating on Tank. What I hate on him about?
My brother, you always hating on Tank.
Okay, so give me 3 things I hated on him about.
You always bringing up rehydration clauses.
Mm-hmm.
You talking he don't want to fight Dad. He don't want to fight Shakur. He could have fought Shakur. Come on, man. First of all, you know, at the end of the day, Tank is gonna fight each and every one of them. Their time is gonna come.
Right. And
Tank
guess what?
is gonna come. He got that deal with PBC. He got that deal.
What deal?
The deal with the 6 fights he got left, the 7 fights he got left.
Where you see that at?
That's what Tank has stated that.
Okay, but
Tank
where you
said
see
he
it?
has.
Where's the proof of that?
I'm just going by what Tank said. What you mean?
Okay. Oh, so now be careful now. Now, Andre.
Hold on.
Hold
on 1 second. 1 second.
Andre, no. Let me stop you. You just
right.
What did you repeat? What you just said for myself, Clay, and the people.
I said Tank stated that he had a 6-fight deal, and he said Shakur's on that list. He said Devin is on that list.
Wait a minute. You said you're going on for what Tank said, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Tank,
cool.
That's what Tank said.
Okay. Cool. Now you know you messed up, right?
Yeah, I think you opened up a box. You opened up a box. I think a Pandora's box. But I'm interested to see. I don't know yet. Finish what you was gonna say. Just finish. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, go ahead. Okay.
No, how did I open up the box?
I don't know if you've done it yet. You got to finish. I don't know if you've done it yet. I don't know. Go ahead.
Well, no, Blue told me to hold on right there.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Well, no. Okay. So Tank has his list of fighters that he was going to fight or that he's going to fight is what he stated.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, he's going to fight these guys. And as far as weight class, all that crazy shit, I don't know what's going to take place with him and Devin as far as that goes. Because we all know that Devin's at 140 right now. Okay. Devin's at 140, Tank is at 135. Now, there's going to be, I'm sure, Tank is not going to fight him with him, rehydrating up to, 165 fucking pounds.
Okay,
Tank,
let me stop
Tank
you right
now.
Andre, let me stop you right there.
Okay.
For one, we got to keep it clean. Number 2,
I'm sorry.
No problem. Because we have barbershop talk, so we. I apologize. It's nothing against you. I'm not saying that, because we just have a regular conversation.
No. I apologize.
No, it's all good. But I gotta say, you said this, right? Now you started this off by saying I'm hating on Tank because I'm talking about rehydration clauses and all this stuff, right?
Well, you told me to give you some examples,
Right.
and I just
But
gave
no,
you some
you said that.
examples.
You said that I'm hating on Tank because I'm talking about rehydration clauses and catch weights, right?
Yeah,
But
yep, I said that.
who brought up the rehydration clause and catch weights?
No, I said it.
No. Tank said it, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
So then how am I hating if I'm just going off of what he said? You go off what he said is okay. If I go off what he said, it's hating. Make this make
Well,
sense.
it's what
We gotta
the
make this
way
make sense now, Andre.
I hear what you're saying, but the way you come about it, you saying when you come on your platform, you're saying Tank has to have a rehydration clause for this guy. Tank has to have a rehydration clause for this fighter. You know,
So, but wait, let me stop you.
yeah.
I'm only repeating what Tank said. He needs to have a rehydration clause for those guys, right? You just said that he needs to have a rehydration clause for those guys.
But it only makes sense. Look how, first of all, Tank is
Wait, let me
small.
stop you there. Let me
Tank's a
stop
small
you right
fighter.
there. Okay. So then, why are you even talking about fighting these guys? Then? Since he's
They
a small
all
fighter. Did you ever
they
see Floyd Mayweather do this?
they all call Tank out. They all calling him out. Tank
Okay, so
don't
let me ask
never
you a
Tank
question.
don't never call nobody out.
Is Floyd
Tank
Mayweather a
don't
big
never
guy?
call nobody out.
Is Floyd Mayweather a big guy?
No, Floyd Mayweather is not a big guy,
Okay,
but
did you see
Floyd
is Floyd
Mayweather
Mayweather
had
great?
rehydration clauses on a lot of fighters too.
Oh yeah, who?
Canelo, when he fought Canelo, he
That's a
didn't have a
lie.
rehydration
That's the
clause.
biggest lie in the world. Canelo
Yeah,
outweighed him by 20 pounds. What rehydration clause?
they didn't have no rehydration clause when he
Right.
fought
No,
Canelo.
they did not. So who do you have a rehydration clause
I
on?
could have sworn that was stated that
You
there
could have
was a
sworn wrong.
rehydration clause
You could have
about
sworn
that.
wrong because he outweighed. He had a rehydration clause and Canelo outweighed him
Okay.
by 20 pounds. That's some rehydration clause, huh?
Well,
Okay, so who do you have
well,
a rehydration clause on?
a lot of fighters. I'm not gonna say a lot of fighters, but there are fighters that do have rehydration clauses in their contract, and
Who?
nobody else seems to talk about it at
Okay,
all.
who?
Nobody.
Who?
Canelo never fought nobody with a rehydration clause,
Yeah, but we call him out for cherry picking.
but that's another guy that's another boxer that fights people with
But
rehydration
I don't give him
clauses.
a pass. So am I hating on Canelo?
I'm just telling you, he's another fighter that does it.
But I'm asking you, am I hating on? Do you come here and say I'm
I never see you say anything about Canelo.
because you know why? It's selective. Because you are a fan of Tank Davis. So when you're a fan of Tank Davis, you come in and you say I'm hating on Tank Davis. But when I say the same thing about Canelo, you don't know nothing about it. So how am I hating on Tank Davis? I'm keeping it even across the board.
Blue, come on, Blue.
I
You
know
know
my
you
name.
be
Why you
Blue. You
repeat
know
my
you
name
be.
after me, great brother? I know my name already.
I know, but you be hating on Tank, man.
Okay, so
Come
give
on,
me
bro.
right now. You give me
I
three things I
just
hate on.
saying. I
Okay,
mean, it's just
you give me three
even the
things.
brother,
Okay, cool.
that you was just talking to. You know,
Okay, so
you were
I'm cool.
stating
I'm
about Bill Haney talking, talking down on the other brothers and different situations,
and then
which
give me one example.
yeah, well, he couldn't give you one
Okay, so
example.
you give me an example then.
When the last situation that Tank had, Bill was talking about it in an interview. Bill said some BS about Tank being locked up in one of his interviews.
Was
You
Tank
know,
locked up?
yes, Tank was locked up. We all knew
So
he
then
was locked
how's
up.
it BS then? Well,
I'm just,
this is what gets me.
but it
How is the
just,
truth? How is the truth BS, bro? Please explain that.
yeah,
How is the
because
truth hating and BS?
first of all, the way he went about in that interview, he did not have to bring that up. I mean, we all know, the world knew that, yes, Tank got into a
But the
situation. We all
brother,
knew that,
stop,
but
Andre,
he
stop, my great brother.
still,
My great brother, do me a favor, just stop for a second. Telling the
I,
truth is not hating because you don't like the way he did it. It does not hating. It's not hating, brother.
you don't kick a man when he's
No,
down.
that's your opinion. That's not hating. Hating.
Yeah, but
the definition of hating and creating a narrative, that's your opinion because you're a Tank Davis fan, fam.
Yeah, but aren't we okay? But when you guys are sitting here talking about, we're all brothers, we need to stick together, this, that, the third.
I agree.
Okay, okay, and I agree. I'm not, and listen to me. I don't disagree with you.
I don't agree with Bill doing that, but you can't say it's hating because it's facts.
Well, it is facts,
right? So
but
you can't say it's hating, right, brother?
Yeah, but it is to me. It is.
Okay,
that's my opinion.
Does Tank hold punches on Bill and Devin though?
Oh yeah, he going on them. We all know he going on them.
It's all fair. So it's all fair in love.
The reason Tank started going in on him after they was just Bill was just going in on Tank.
Yeah. So Bill just out the blue started going in on Tank. Huh?
No, I'm not saying I'm not just saying that. I'm not saying that just out the blue. I'm not saying that.
For every action is a reaction, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so now I'm asking you this. Give me 3 things that I hated on Tank about.
Give you 3 things?
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I already stated everything that I said to you about the rehydrations, about.
You said that I bring up Tank.
Didn't you call Tank a duck?
Yeah.
You called him a duck?
Yes.
You truly believe Tank is ducking? You truly believe Tank is duck? How is Tank a duck?
Okay, so
he a duck?
I'm gonna ask you the question now. Didn't Tank say that he wants to fight Devin Haney in 2022? He was going to fight him next. Didn't he say that?
I never heard him say that.
Oh, selective hearing.
I never heard. I never heard him that because
they always got selective hearing.
Tank never called.
You heard everything Bill say. You heard everything I say. You hear everything Dev say. But you said you go off of what Tank said.
Bro, I never heard Tank said that he was fighting him next in 2022. I never
heard he wanted to fight him next.
That he wanted to fight him next. I've never heard Tank say that.
How you a Tank fan? Right before he fought Rolly, he said Floyd. Didn't he say Floyd was trying to set him up, him and Lenny Ellaby?
Oh yeah. He said that. Right. Yeah, when he fought just before he fought Rolly. Yeah,
right.
Just before he fought Rolly.
Brian Custer, he said he wanted to fight Devin Haney next. You missed that part? That's a major part.
I'm honestly, I could be honest with you, man. I do not remember him saying that. I do not remember him saying that.
Right.
I'm just being honest with you, brother. It's not selective memory, okay, but I do know. I know Tank is not no duck, man. Tank is not a duck.
Stevenson right now to make a fight.
Did he reach out to him?
Yeah.
I know his team reached out to him. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
But... And Shakur's on his list of fighters that he want to fight, right?
Correct.
Okay. Why is he fighting him next?
The logistics of it, but I said I don't know why they're not fighting next, but I do know, yes, I did hear that Tank team reached out to Shakur. That I do.
So
but
why don't they fight next though?
But I just don't believe that fight would happen right now.
Point out what I've been hating. You haven't you said nothing that says I'm hating though. You know that, right? All right. You just don't like the truth that I'm telling about your favorite fighter. That's it. That's all. And that's okay. Just say, hey, bro, you holding my fighter accountable. You don't like that truth. Me holding him accountable. And you don't like it. That's cool. But don't say I'm hating, because facts is not hating, brother. This facts is not hating. And I don't have nothing to hate on Tank for. I'm just telling you the facts because I'm a fan of the sport of boxing and I want to see the best fight the best.
Yeah, I want to
because the sport of boxing is top heavy. So I want to see the best fighting the best because the sport of boxing is top heavy. So we don't. First of all, it's not a lot of great. Let me not say that because that's disrespectful to fighters. There's not a lot of fighters at that level So we get big fights, massive fights, far and few in between, because again, there's not a lot of fighters on Tank's level. There's only a handful of fighters. So
I agree.
Give us some of those fighters, some of those fights, please, at some point in time.
I believe we're going to see those fights. I just don't think they're going to be when we want them.
But Tank told us that he's going to fight next, and he ain't giving us. That's 3 years ago, bro. He told us he wanted to fight Shakur Stevenson. Well, isn't it the obvious, right? Yeah. If Lomachenko ducks you, see, how come you ain't say, am I hating on Lomachenko?
No, I didn't. I never said you were hating on Loma.
Oh, but I said Loma is a duck, and he's absolutely ducking. He ducked Devin Haney. He ducked Tank Davis. So I'm not hating on him.
Well, no, he fought Devin Haney.
He ducked Shakur. Had no choice. But at one point in time, he was ducking Shakur. He's ducking Devin Haney, and he's ducking Tank Davis. So am I hating on Lomachenko?
No, I'm not saying you hating on him because.
So how am I? So then,
because you speaking facts on that.
But when I say that about Canelo, when I say it about Canelo and Loma, it's not hating. But when I say it about Tank, it's hating though. We gotta start making this make sense.
Blue, man, I hear you, brother. I hear you, brother.
Right?
I'm just me personally, I just know Tank. He's gonna get them. Yeah, one by one.
But guess what?
He's gonna knock Dev out, and he's gonna knock
one day we all ain't gonna be here. We know that's a fact, right?
Of course, yeah. I know.
Okay, so
we all have our days.
He's gonna do it one day, but let me ask you this question.
Let me ask you this question.
No, let me ask you this question.
Okay, go ahead.
He's older than every single one of them, brother. By years. When is he gonna do it?
Okay. I mean, everybody age does age really matter in the sport of boxing?
Hey, he's 30 years old. You know that?
Okay. And then he gonna fight? He 5 years older than Deb and what? 3 years older
younger
than
Canelo. Look at his career and look at Canelo's career.
Okay.
He's 4 years younger than Canelo, bro.
Okay. Yeah, but what's wrong with Tank's career though? You think?
When is he gonna fight somebody, brother? When is he gonna fight the upper echelon? Tell me what fighter you know that he fought that was considered top 3 in his division ever.
Top 3 in his division?
Yeah.
Top 3 in his division.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say Leo because Leo was 130.
Exactly, brother.
Leo was 130. But I mean, Leo Santa Cruz was a great fighter. But we also got to remember that Tank came from 130. Tank came from 130. Right or wrong though.
Okay,
right
but
or wrong.
Okay, now I'm going to use.
He fought Pitbull. He fought Pitbull.
Clay, why do they do this to themselves? Now you just said. Wait a minute now, Andre. Now I'm going to use what you said. You just said this. Now, Clay, he said this, not me. You just said. Well, he was a 130-pounder at one point in time.
He was.
Okay, so Devin was 100. Oh, now you getting ready to walk me around the block?
No. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So now, but you said he got to put a rehydration on Devin, but Devin was a 135 at one point. So why he need a rehydration for Devin?
Well, then why don't Devin fight him at 135 then?
All right, great brother. You see the goalposts we being moved?
I'm just saying.
Do you feel what you're saying right now?
Do you
understand that here's the thing. You yourself will never hold Tank accountable for anything. So that's why you get mad at people like myself and Clay, because we hold him accountable. That's the difference.
Brother, I'm not getting mad at you.
Huh?
I'm not getting mad at you. You're another brother. You're another brother just like me. I'm just talking.
Yeah, Andre, we're not talking about literally like inconsolably mad, like you're angry. Just saying that you hold indifference with the position that we hold. That you just indifferent with the position. He's using angry, but he doesn't mean that. You know what he means. He means like you hold contempt with what we're saying. It's like, hold on, you know, like at the marriage, at the wedding, right? If anybody here has any, you know, reason why I should get the guy who's saying me ain't angry, he's just disagreeing, and he, you know, that's it.
Understand.
So you hold contempt. If we try to hold Tank to some sort of standard, we're hating on him.
But Tank fought Isaac Pitbull Cruz. He fought Pedraza.
Okay, tell me this, right? Did you know who Isaac Cruz was before Tank fought him?
Yeah, I knew who he was. He was always on Tank's undercard.
Okay,
but he wasn't the star he is now, though.
Prior to him fighting Isaac Cruz, who did Isaac Cruz? Give me 2 fighters that Isaac Cruz beat that was good names.
You're right. I don't know none of them. I don't know none of them.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, brother.
You're right.
Isaac Cruz was.
I know none of them.
Now Isaac Cruz turned out to be a good fighter, but you didn't know who he was.
But even exact. I only seen him from being under Tank's undercards. That's the only reason why I knew of
indirectly, because you was watching Tank, you found out who he was. It wasn't like you was a boxing fan. Like I say, be a fan of the sport of boxing first. You wasn't a boxing fan and watching Isaac Cruz on other fights. You indirectly found out who he was through Tank Davis.
You're right.
Tank Davis, that wasn't even, you said Isaac Cruz as if he chose to fight Isaac Cruz. That happened because
the other fighter got hurt.
Because Rolly got pulled out the fight.
Rolly got pulled out the fight. Yeah. That's why. No. But even so Devin, he fought Lomachenko. That was a great fighter that he fought. Obviously, that was a really good fighter that he fought.
He went to Australia twice. Twice.
But come on, man. Come on now.
Come on, what?
That's Kambosos. He's a bum.
Bro, Kambosos just beat Teofimo. Hold on, stop. Kambosos just beat Teofimo Lopez, who Devin Haney was trying to fight.
Man, I don't know what was wrong with Teofimo that night. But
no
way.
Bro. Once again, here we go.
Kambosos is trash.
Here we go, brother. Now you're trying to water down Devin Haney's accomplishments. But when it came to Tank Davis, you was telling me that how he fought this person. That now I'm asking you about Devin, then you're trying to water down his accomplishment.
Yeah, I'm not watering it down, but come on, we all know Kambosos is trash.
It's Devin Haney's fault that Teofimo Lopez tried to duck him, cherry pick Kambosos, and then lost.
I didn't say it was his fault, but I'm just saying Kambosos is trash.
His accomplishments because Devin went to Australia and beat Teo twice, George Kambosos twice easily, then came back and beat Lomachenko.
Yeah, he beat him easy, but I mean he didn't beat Lomachenko easy. That fight could have been
fair enough. Lomachenko's a better fighter.
It could have went either way.
It couldn't have went either way, brother.
That fight could have went either way.
No, it could not have. People want it to go either way.
I'm never gonna go against another brother that's going, fighting a different race like that. Not me. So I'm not. I don't get down like that.
So you felt like Lomachenko and Devin could have went either way, right?
That was a good fight. It could have went either way. Yes, I think the fight could have went either way.
So Tank and Isaac Cruz could have went either way, right?
No way.
Oh, no way. Tank, what was the difference?
No, Tank. He
knocked him down. Tank knocked him down.
He easily outboxed him.
He knocked him down
with one hand.
Did he knock him down?
Did he knock him down? No, he didn't knock him down.
So did he knock him out?
No, he didn't knock him out.
It wasn't competitive.
Tank beat him easy. To me,
it wasn't competitive.
Nah, it wasn't competitive.
Right.
Tank, if you really watched that fight, Tank.
Did you really watch the Devin and Loma fight?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay, so how many rounds did you see? How many rounds you
watched that fight?
How many rounds you saw Loma win?
I seen it looked like more like I want to say more of the middle. I want to say 6, 7, 8.
Loma won 7 to 8 rounds?
No, I'm not saying he won 7 or 8 rounds. No, I'm saying the rounds that
Oh,
I
the
think
rounds he
he
won.
might have.
Okay,
Yeah, he won.
gotcha.
No, I ain't saying he won. No, hell no.
Oh, okay.
I ain't saying that. I'm
I'm
just
asking
saying
you how
it was a really tight fight. In my
many,
eyes, it was a tight fight
and
that it could
taking
have went.
Isaac Cruz wasn't a tight fight.
No, not
But
at all.
Devin,
He beat him. He beat him
Devin,
easily.
who won clearly, he won easily 5 of the first 7 rounds. You only got to win 2 more.
I believe he won the early rounds, but when the later rounds, I think
Did he win
it
round 12
was.
more?
No,
When
I
you
think
watch the fight,
Devin. I think Devin won. I think Devin. No, Devin won round 12. That's why
Okay,
if
if this was
Loma
a
would have
7,
won, if Loma would have won that 12th round, he would have beat him.
if it was a 7-round fight, how many rounds did you give Loma out of the first 7 rounds?
If it was a 7-round fight, Dev would have easily beat him, I would think. Because in the
So that means
beginning, to me, Devin was tearing him up in the beginning.
right. So that means
In
you
my
thought Devin.
eyes, Dev was tearing him up easily the first
So
5
that means
rounds.
that you
Easily the
felt like
first 5 rounds.
right. So okay. So that means you felt like Devin won majority of the fight. The first 5 rounds and the 12 rounds, the 6 rounds. It's only 12 rounds in a fight.
There's only 12 rounds. That's what I'm saying. The second half, Loma started to turn it up.
So you saw Loma win 5 rounds.
Yeah, he definitely has. Yeah, hell, oh yeah.
Loma won 5 rounds.
In my eyes.
Okay.
In my eyes, it was a tough fight. It was a tight fight. It was a really tight fight.
It was entertaining. It was good.
It was a really good fight.
I thought Devin clearly beat Lomachenko the way Tank clearly beat Isaac Cruz. Competitive fights, but Isaac Cruz had moments, big moments where he rocked Tank. Loma had big moments where he rocked Devin, but I thought Devin and Tank clearly won those fights.
Yeah, no, I mean,
but I don't know how you can see Tank clearly winning the Isaac Cruz fight, which was
he beat him with one hand. He went into the fight with an injury.
Right. I'm not mad at you because I thought Tank clearly won the Isaac Cruz fight as well. But I don't know how you saw him clearly win that fight, but then you didn't see Devin clearly win the Lomachenko fight. When the Lomachenko did have that, what was it, the 10th round, Clay, where Lomachenko had that round, like the 9th or 10th round, where he had that big round. Now, I will say that Isaac Cruz didn't have a round like that against Tank.
No.
So
I think that fight, Tank showed another skill set to the world. Because he didn't have that left hand, he showed a different level fighter that he is.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
Me personally, well, I think Blue talking. I think the fight was competitive. I think Devin clearly won the fight, though. I'm not going. Let me not say clearly like that because I'm not on the same page. I don't think it was a dominating fight by Devin. I think Devin had issues with Lomachenko in the fight. Did I say
yeah? He had issues.
Lomachenko. Yeah,
he said it. He said it when he went back to the corner.
Yeah, no, the fight was a competitive fight. It was a competitive fight, a close fight as well. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like Devin did win the fight as a champion. I don't think Lomachenko took 4 belts from Devin Haney that night. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't upset with the decision at all. You know what I mean? Not at all. And towards the end,
no, you can't.
Lomachenko was bringing it back. Like he was actually finding Devin and looked like he was giving Devin issues towards the end of that fight. So, but it is what it is. I'm not mad at somebody who thinks, because a lot of people thought Lomachenko won that fight.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this, right? Also, too, it's a different level of opposition.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree.
Right. So this one's, you know what I'm saying? But can we?
I agree. This is definitely a different level. Nah, you no doubt, definitely a different level. Definitely a different level.
But I gotta ask you before I let you go.
But Tank will knock Loma out.
I believe so too. No doubt. I thought Tank would knock Loma out 5 years ago. I always thought that because styles make fights.
Yeah.
Style make fight. So I'm in agreement with you.
Yeah, yeah.
But I need you to show me before I let you go where I hated that though.
You got it, Blue. You got it, brother. You got it.
I appreciate you, brother.
All right, my brother.
All right, great brother.
All right, man. Y'all have a good night,
family.
man. All right.
You too.
All right.
Go ahead,
That
Clay.
was a good one. That was a good one. But I mean, it ain't. I mean, I'm glad that conversation ended up that way. You know, listen, man. The truth is the truth, man. Opinions are opinions. But when you guys say hate, always hating, those are extreme words, bro. And it puts it. And not, I've talked to Blue plenty of times privately, and I'm sure we've talked about this on the channel before as well. But it's difficult to keep it 100. People are looking to isolate you into a box. They want to put you in a box and say that you're a hater because you're saying something that they either disagree with or they don't feel that it's right that you're saying it, even though it's true. Like you ain't had to say that. You're saying too much, and you turn that into hate. Hate is a big word, and very rarely you guys are gonna come up here and prove the hate. You might be able to prove that there was a truth spoken. Excuse my French. There was a truth spoken that you feel like was said with some bad intentions behind it. You know what I mean? You feel like it was said in a malice way, but it was the truth, right? And the information was accurate, right? It wasn't malice. It was just an inconvenient truth for you, but not hate. Very rarely. I never seen nobody be able to prove it yet to this day. I've never seen nobody be able to come up here and prove, you know what I'm saying, prove the hate. I'm glad the brother was mature enough though. So like, you know what I'm saying, we can agree to disagree, but we ain't got to look like no damn haters up here because that's not what it is.
Right. So that's what I don't get when they be like, hey bro, you hating on this, hating about what? I'm not hating about anything. I'm just calling a spade, and people don't like me calling a spade a spade.
Right. And then backing it up with information, backing up with this is why I feel the way I feel. Bop, 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 bop. You know what I mean? Attack it from that angle. You ain't gotta be there. Oh, you just hating. That's like, to me, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I think that's like a trigger response to I got nothing to discredit anything he just said. Right. That's what I believe it is. I think that's a trigger response that represents that.
Because this is what it is, Craig. It's facts over feelings. It's an emotional. AK Crowder, hold on, give me a second. AK, we about to have a special guest, Shamar Canal, getting ready to come on and join us. So give me a second, AK. So the thing is, and like Seth said, I'm being biased. No, I'm not being biased about anything. I'm a fan of the sport of boxing. Pancho Villa, what's up, family? I'm a fan of the sport of boxing. I want to see the best fight the best. Again, the sport of boxing is very, very top heavy. So when it's very, very top heavy, Clay, we get big fights, far and few in between. We don't need big name fighters with all this talent not giving us the big fights when they hold the cards to give us the big fights.
And I think the mere fact that the conversation's happening consistently like that, and that's respect to the fighter and within itself. That's showing how the disappointment is intertwined with the expectation,
right?
Because of the talent, right? The disappointment is only there. It's only such a big disappointment because of the acknowledgement of the talent. So it's like mind blowing. It's like when you see Tank getting ready to fight Lamont Roach, it's like, what? It's just there is the disappointment there because what he's gonna do to Lamont more than likely, high 90% chance he's gonna do him extra dirty. And there's entertainment value in that. There is entertainment value in that, but that's not the fight because the real entertainment is in a fight, not in a deer getting, you know what I'm saying? It's like the hunt. You could tie the deer to a pole and then sit there from 50 yards away with your rifle and shoot him. I guess that has its value in it, but it's definitely different than getting up 4 a.m, being out there before the sun come up, tracking him down, finding him. You know what I'm saying? Putting him down. There's a whole different feeling to that. You know what I mean?
And that's my thing, right? When you have, and again, like Mr. Boston Fanatic said, I don't think it's hate. I just feel we don't hold Shakur, Tank, and Devin to the same standards. We can't hold them to the same standards because they're not in the same boat.
Yeah, they're not.
He holds the cards. They don't. That's the difference. And there go my brother. He in the building.
What it do?
Hey, Shamar, this is my codes right here, Claymore Rain.
How you doing, family?
I'm
That's
doing good. How are
Shamar
you?
Canal, man, who is on deck. Hey, and Shamar, just introduce yourself before I start the globe, man. But go introduce yourself to the people.
You know, it's the one and only Shamar Canal, 9-0, 5 knockouts prospect under Devin Haney Promotions. Just a young and up-and-coming fighter.
Yes,
No
sir.
doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
And I don't know. Some people may not have seen you fight, you know,
I seen
but
it.
there's a lot of talk of upcoming fighters, and you know, not to put you in a box or anything, but when I watch you box, right, you have a lot of comparisons to me to a guy that gets a lot of uh, uh, um what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say exposure. A lot of hype deserved Abdullah Mason.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When you watch, to me, people, and everybody can make, and I'm pretty sure Shamar has his own thought pattern. Just to me, as a fan looking in, I'm like, man, you remind me of Abdullah when you fight. You know what I'm saying? I see similarities. You know what I mean? But Shamar is an animal in the ring, man. But what's your thoughts on that, Shamar?
I mean, shout out to Dula, good friend of mine. I feel like we both been in the game for a long time. We both started when we was young. Got the overseas experience, the national experience, and now we both in the pro rings coming up. I feel like just our IQ and our skill level, if we feel like nobody can hang in the ring with us, we just gonna go get them out of there. We're like, what are we wasting time for? What are you staying in the ring for me if you can't hang with me?
As you should, yeah, as you should, man. Don't play with your food.
At
For
all.
real.
And you just had a fight.
Yes, sir. We just had a fight over Saturday in Shreveport, Louisiana.
And how'd that end for tell the people?
Second round knockout.
In and out
In
like
and
a
out.
robbery. They don't
In
pay
and
you
out.
overtime, right?
They don't pay. They don't pay for overtime.
Ain't
They
no
don't pay.
overtime.
Ain't no overtime, bro. Y'all start paying me for overtime. We could discuss making it last long until they can get this guy out of here.
For sure.
I feel you, man.
Now, Shamar, for the people that they may not be familiar with you, so on and so forth, right? Just explain to them how you got in the sport of boxing, and why did you choose boxing?
I got into the sport of boxing just being a young person, a young athlete, just willing to try different sports. My dad, he was an athlete. He played baseball, he played football, he played basketball. He played a little bit of everything. All me hearing all the stories about him when I was younger, I started playing football. I started playing basketball. I started playing baseball. I started playing lacrosse. But all of them got an off season. Boxing is no off season. I fight all year round, every weekend if I wanted to. So I jumped in the gym. I was in the gym for about 2 weeks. Coach said I had potential. He wanted to fight me. I had my first fight. I went on a win streak, and I just stuck with it. And boxing, it really just chose me. I didn't choose boxing. I always wanted to be a football player. I wanted to go D1. I wanted to just play football. Football was just my sport. That was my first love. But me being small, I didn't grow until after high school. And boxing, you fight people your own size. So I feel like the sport chose me.
Brother H Dub asked this question. He says, as a boxer, do they ever tell you to put on a show or just get business handled as quickly as possible?
I mean, you always want to get the business handled, but at the end of the day, you also want to build a fan base. You got to learn how to balance it too. If it's like you know that you're dominant, all right, you're gonna put on a little show, but still get the job done. But if you are in like I want to say like a war, and you really got to just bite down, forget putting on the show. You got to go handle business.
No doubt, no doubt. So, Shamar, are you're fighting like at 135 for real? Like I know this last one you was like at 137 and showing, but pretty much 135, right?
Yeah, I'm campaigning at 135 now.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. So, you're gonna campaign there, or just are you comfortable there? This is where you feel like you're at, or can you see yourself going up to 140 and like?
My last fight was at a little catchweight at 140, even though I weighed in at like 138. But I feel like 135 is gonna be my weight class. That's where I'm gonna stay at.
Yeah. It looks like it from watching you. I can see that, but I just noticed. I'm like, is he trying to like transition up or something? Like, is he feeling the pressure a little bit? So where you at right now? 135 pounds. You know, you got Abdullah there. You got I'm talking about the prospect level. Andy Cruz a little bit, right? You know what I mean? So I mean, you're prepared to be inside a space with these guys at some point. You're doing like 6-round fights right now. When do you plan on? When do you think you see yourself transitioning up to 8-10 round fights, finally getting up in that
To be honest, my last fight was supposed to be an 8-rounder, but I think because I got put in the car so late, they didn't have an 8-round slot for me, so it was a 6-round. But I'm ready to do the 8 rounds. I've been in camp with world champions, sparring 10, 12 rounds on the world champion level. So I feel like me fighting 8 rounds, 10 rounds isn't gonna be a problem.
No doubt, no doubt. Now you said you and Abdullah have this relationship, right? And I'm noticing it, and it's funny. I'm happy that you're here because I see, like, for example, Keyshawn and Shakur, right? Like they got this relationship, but at some point, you guys are going to become champion. You're going to be contenders, and you guys are probably going to have to meet with each other. Is this something you've ever taken into consideration when you and Abdullah are building, like how you guys plan on handling that, or is that it's just already kind of what's understood doesn't need to be said?
Yeah, it's more so it was understood than that to be said. I mean, yeah, we friends, but at the end of the day, look at how Devin, Shakur, and Ryan, they always in the amateurs together. And now they in the same weight class. They had to basically battle out. Devin, Ryan ended up fighting. I mean, whatever happens, happens. If we got to get in the ring, we got to get in the ring. We'd be friends after.
Right. I noticed, like, you brought them up. It's like they ended up like bumping heads, though, right? It wasn't smooth. It looked like some of the respect went out the door. It's like, how do you see that moving forward? Like, is that not even taking? It is what it's got to be, or is there?
It is what it is. At the end of the day, this is the hurt business. It's the hurt sport. Ain't no friends inside that ring. I'm coming to take your head off. You come to take my head off. May the best man win.
No
afterwards, if we want to be friends after, we can do that. But as long as that we in that ring and we got to meet up, we got to do what we got to do.
Respect it. I respect it. Now, future wise, where do you see the cap being at? Like, you're like 5'6", 5'7", or 5'8"?
Yeah, he's 6 foot. Yeah, I was going to say that too. I'm glad you said
Boxrec is trying.
5'6". Yeah, Boxrec got him at. When I looked at it, I'm like,
no, you know what's funny though? Because when I seen you fight, I was like, man, the camera crazy. I'm like, I said the camera crazy. He got boy. I was like, how tall are these other dudes? But that's what's up. So you like 6 foot, future wise, right? So you're gonna, when we're talking about things like unifying, becoming undisputed, a lot of boxers, I hope, still hold that at a high priority in their careers. Where do you see yourself ending up? Like, where's your ideal weight class? Where do you see yourself ending up? Or do you think 135 is going to be like where you do your best work?
I feel like I'm still growing. I'm only 21 years old.
Exactly.
So I feel like I'm still growing. Even though I debuted at 126 and I was 18. So in a matter of 3 years, I'd have moved up 126 to 130, and now I'm 135. So I feel like when I get older and I fully just grow into my man strength, I have more muscle and everything, I feel like I'll cap out about 47, maybe at 54.
Okay.
Now, because I was gonna say on BoxRec, when I saw that on BoxRec, I'm like, wait, what? I'm 5'10", and you taller than me. I'm like, wait, what? 5'6"?
Yo, Blue, I automatically said you like 5'7", 5. I couldn't go with the 5'6", but I didn't want to like call it. So I'm like, I'm just gonna assume this is off by a little bit, but 6 foot threw me. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, damn, they straight line on you.
Nah, this what happened, because when I signed up, when they took my BoxRec, I sent them my license, and my license say 5'6" from when I was 16 years old when I first got my driver's license.
Oh, okay.
So I was 16. I never updated my license on my height. Well, I just updated it, but I never set that one in.
Yeah, cause I'm like, when I seen it on BoxRec, I'm like, I said I know nephew is taller than me. Easy.
I like it. I like it though, only because when somebody goes trying to find film on me, they're gonna try and get somebody that's around 5'5", 5'6", and you training for the wrong fight. You're gonna run into you running around with your head cut off for real.
That's gonna be different, yeah. I thought that was weird. That's why I brought up. I said you 5'7", right? Like 5'7", 5. I just want to get some confirmation. And you're like, nah, he smiled. I knew it was off, but 6 foot is nasty work. 6 foot is nasty work.
I'm 5'10". He's clearly taller than me. Right? So when I looked at it, I'm like,
hold on, are we like 5'4", 5'5"?
Right.
What am I?
So I want to say this, right? Because this is one of my. I always have moments in the sport of boxing, being on this side, that I hold on to, I grasp on to, because I chose football instead of boxing, and I always try to, as I'm in this stage of my life, I don't like to live with regret, right? But there's times where I'll be like, man, I wish I would have went with boxing. So there's things that I encounter and I see that happens that I always hold on to. One of those things, Shamar knows, is gonna tell you guys this. As I seen him eating one day, and I always it just stuck with me, and it's gonna stick with me forever. But when he was eating, right, I thought that he was just starting to put the stuff on his plate. We was all at the restaurant, so I'm like, I'm looking at his plate, and I'm like, the life of a boxer is to me is just, as a fan, is just, I'm just enamored with it, right? So I look at his plate, and I'm like, I'm getting ready to ask them what other food they got, because you know how you just like on a buffet line and you put one thing on there. So I'm like, Champ, what else they got? He's like, that's it for me, right? And I'm like, wait, what? And he's like, nah, I'm gonna eat this and go lay down. And I'm like, bro, you didn't put nothing on your plate. There's absolutely nothing on his plate. And he's like, that's it for me until the weigh-in. Because that was Thursday, right?
Yeah, that was a Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
Wow. It was like a Thursday afternoon.
Just attest to the life of a boxer in that situation, man. Those are things that people don't understand, the sacrifices you guys make to make weight, and how hard it is and how difficult it is to make weight. But just attest to that.
He's saying just attest to that, like the dedication that you need to make weight, how important that is and how difficult it is, how much of a, just how you feel about it. How does, when it comes down to making that weight those few days before the weigh-ins?
I mean, boxing is really a mental thing. As long as your mental is right, you starving, you not being able to eat the things you want to do, not being able to drink the juices that you want to do. I feel like it's just a mental, but it's a high risk for a high reward. That's how I look at it. Well, not even a high risk. I say a low risk, because it's only 8 weeks out of 365 days that you only got to do it. So you do that for the 8 weeks, and you just got a high risk at the end. That's how I look at it. I just look at the bigger picture, not just so much in the moment.
And how do you go back? Because another thing is, so those are the two examples. It was Shamar, and the other example I had was I went to right before Sean Porter fought Danny Garcia, and they still had their gym in Vegas, Sean Porter and Kenny Porter. And I went there, and Sean Porter, and these are the two most bizarre things I ever, like, I know it's a sacrifice, but when you see it, it's like mind blowing, right? So Sean Porter had a slice of lettuce. Just one slice of lettuce, right?
You just had a cup of water.
Bro, he's plucking on it. Trying
to make it last.
I'm like, Champ, you like lettuce? Like he's eating it as if like it's a snack.
Like it's a pastime. Like that's something he like to do.
Man.
So I'm like, Champ, you like lettuce? He's like, I mean, it's better than nothing. And I'm like, better than nothing? What's the alternative? The alternative is nothing? He's like, this is the only thing I can eat until the weigh-in. And I was like, bro, what? Not even a head. He had a slice. Like, you take a slice off the lettuce and put it on a sandwich. He was plucking at that slice, like eating it like it was a steak. And I'm like, really?
It be like that. Once you like cutting weight and you in that last couple pounds and you do be able to slide in a little bit before workout, it tastes like a 5-star course for real. It tastes like some Ruth Chris, some mashed, like that shit fire.
Make you appreciate food. But I mean, if you can speak on, well, first of all, two things, right? Number one, if you could speak on the commitment as far as how you see it when another fighter doesn't make the weight, and you've done all that, you sat there and you was chewing on a piece of lettuce, or you did all that to make the weight, right? What does that look like from your perspective as an athlete, looking at him, knowing what it takes? Because I might look at it and he could say to me, you don't know what it takes to do this, bro. You just talking, you don't know, but you're an athlete and you getting ready, you get on the scale, you hit your weight. and this guy does not hit his weight, in your mind, what are the things that are going through your mind when you're looking at him?
What's going through my mind? Other like it's just
other
like,
than the anger, right? Other than the actual you mother, right?
Nah, I look at it like you just a disgrace to the sport. Like you don't respect the sport. Like if this is something that you want to do, why not do it to your full potential and actually go by your contract and the rules and the regulations of the sport. Like that's how I look at it as.
Right. Lack of commitment, right? Like you clearly not committed to this. And now, is there a part of you that also in the back of your mind says you ain't get ready for this fight?
Oh yeah, for sure. In my head, I'm like, you don't want to make weight. I just suffered. I don't sacrifice. Oh yeah, you feel me? I'm gonna do what I will do. You gonna feel it.
All right. And let me ask you this. Now the fight is over with. Well, not even the fight is over with, because I know even after the weigh-in, you still got to be controlled with the way you eating, right? Like you still got to be controlled. You don't want to just eat anything. But what's the favorite? At this point, is there a go-to? Is there a meal? Is there the one you can't wait on? Like you've been waiting on this all week.
Man.
You finally got to get. What is it?
I'm gonna tell you, and I just ate my meal too. As soon as I came back from Shreveport on that Sunday,
Yeah.
As soon as I landed, I had hot and honey salmon tender bites. I had some yellow rice, some mac and cheese, some biscuits. I ate good. It felt like
you go stupid. Like
wait,
man,
I
I
where
go
you get
stupid.
these hot and honey salmon bites at?
Bro, I had somebody make it for me.
Oh, okay.
You feel me? But oh no, I just want to go crazy. Everything
no
I just
guilt,
been
right?
craving,
No guilt.
no
Like
guilt.
I'm gonna have at it. I'm having at it.
I'm tunnel vision. I don't want to talk to nobody. I got a big old plate. I'm about to dive in.
Crazy. I could imagine.
Man.
I'm glad Clay asked that, because I want to ask this. What is the cutoff time after you get weigh in that you stop eating before the fight? Because I always wonder, like, because I had Kareem Mayfield and Ben Thompson. They told me that at one point Kareem was getting ready to make his ring walk, and he stopped Ben, and he was like, yo, I gotta take a dump, bro. And he was like, what? He's like, I gotta take a dump, cut my gloves off. Right before the weigh-in. So, that was the most bizarre thing, because that always, but I'm like, how real can that be, right?
Uh-huh.
So what is your cutoff time before you eat?
Yo.
And what do you eat before? Yeah, that's what he told me. He was like,
cut the gloves off. Yo, get these off me right now, fam.
Nah.
Where the man at with the scissors?
Kareem Mayfield said they had to tell the telecast. It was a TV fight. They had to tell him, like, yo, postpone it for a second. So they had to stall him out, and he had to go back to the bathroom. But Ben is like, bro, who gonna wipe you? Because the raps was already on and signed. You know what I'm saying? How does so what is your cutoff at that point? Like, because I would be nervous. Like, bro, I ate. Like, what if you don't use
point of no return?
I'm gonna say, I feel like me and how my body functions and everything, my digestive, I feel like my cutoff is probably, I want to say, like 2 hours before I walk to the locker room. Maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours before I go to the locker room. So my food's digested. I done use the bathroom and everything. So probably when I get to the locker room, probably the only thing I have to do is probably like take a pee or something, and I'll be ready to go.
So in the locker room, you don't eat like no snacks, no bananas, nothing. You just
Nah, I just drink water in the locker room.
Okay.
You're taking that into consideration, like that 2 hour cutoff. You're like, yo, I need to. You're thinking about that. Like, I don't want to have to use the bathroom, so I'm gonna
for sure.
how I'm eating.
I'm about to say, and between that 2 hours, like I'll eat, and then I'll lay down, I'll take a nap or something, and then I'll wake up, use the bathroom, and be ready to go right to the locker room.
Boom.
So it's like I'm programmed onto how my body is to be able to function and be ready to show up for the night.
That's official.
Yeah, because that's something I always think about, because I remember when I played football, it happened to me one time, right, in the game, and I was like, bro, I think I gotta use the bathroom, but I was already suited up, everything, and I was like, yo, nah, this can't be life. So, so from that point forward, I would only eat a croissant and a nutriment. Remember the nutriment shakes?
Yeah.
In the morning when I wake up, that was it. Like, because it would go through me quick, and a banana, and it would go through me quick, and that was it. I wouldn't eat nothing until the game was over, because I was nervous. You know what I'm saying? So I always think about that with a fighter, and I'm playing football, but imagine a fighter, people is actually targeting your stomach, bro. Like
For
that's
sure.
yeah, like just think about that, like bro, that's wicked, that's nasty work right there. But another thing I wanted to just give a people what it's like when you making your ring walk. What is going through your head? What is that moment like? What's your nerves like? How do you feel like at that moment?
I'm not gonna lie. For me to be fighting since I was 7, I've been in the game for 14 years, going on 15 now. So it's like, and I have 9 fights now as a pro. So me walking to the ring, I ain't gonna. I really just listen to the music. The music put me into my own zone, and then I start looking around. I see everybody basically coming to look for a show. People supporting me. People screaming my name. People in my corner. And then once I hear my the first introduction after we touch gloves, I just zone out. Like, all right, you meant for this. This is your time to show. Listen to your trainers. Listen to your training, and just go do what you're supposed to go do.
Easy.
Yeah, because Mark Breland is a legend, right? And Mark Breland speaks so you know Mark, he speaks so low, right?
Yeah.
So he trained Wilder, and I asked Wilder. Wilder said when 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 the bell rings, he could hear Mark through everybody. And I'm like, how could you? He's like, I'm in such tunnel vision, and you're so connected with your corner, you can block out everybody and simply only hear Mark. And I'm like, bro, Mark talks so low. He's like, I can hear the old man. Is
Yeah.
it the same thing for you as well?
For sure. Like when I'm actually in the ring fighting, I don't hear anything. Like I can't even hear a pin drop. Like I don't hear nothing. But when I do come back to the corner, they ask me what I see, and then they give me some instruction on what I see on the inside. But while I'm actually sitting down fighting in the ring for those 3 minutes, I don't hear anything for real. I just completely go into tunnel vision and just zone out.
Yep. You said you started boxing at seven. And I always think that's real interesting, right? Because at 7 years old, when you're in boxing, I mean, first of all, I guess if you could speak on at 7 years old, your father just decides to put you inside of a gym. You decide for yourself. What does that look like? And also, if you can add to it, at what point do you decide that this is something that you're going to move forward with for the long, you know what I'm saying, for the long haul? Like you've decided, at what point does that happen?
Basically, when I was 7, it was all my idea to join boxing. It was my plan. My dad, he was just my support system. He was just happy for me to be an athlete and to try things at a young age to see what I want to do with the rest of my life. But as I was in the gym, I remember it was a couple of days. Actually, before I even get into that, I know once I was in the gym, my dad, whenever I start something, he wanted me to finish it to my full potential. So I remember there was some days in the gym I didn't want to go no more. I just got mad at dad. I don't want to box no more. It's too much. I didn't want to do it. Just me being young minded as a kid. And my dad, he would just keep pushing me to keep doing it. And I'm glad that he did that.
Oh, so you had a point in time where you kind of would have fell back if you didn't push, but you were ready to kind of leave it alone?
For sure. It's been a couple times I was ready to leave it alone.
It was just difficult. Were you frustrated with like, what was it about it that you think frustrated you? What was the hump that you had to get over?
I remember it was just me going to amateur tournaments. I remember when I took my first loss. My first loss was just a lot. I was mad. I didn't want to do it no more because I'd never been a loser a day in my life. So I remember for that, I wanted to just stop. Like, what? The rest is cheating. I know I won. Just rest played a point in it. It's just, I don't know. I just ain't want to box no more for a little bit. But my dad, he continued to push me, and I just kept making statements and kept pushing through.
Well, that's what's up. And when did you decide it's for the long haul, though? When was you like, yeah, this is it. This is what I do. This is me.
I want to say I was about 15 years old. I think I was a sophomore or junior in high school. I knew my football dreams was over. I'm about 5'5", 5'6", 95 pounds. Yeah, I knew my football dreams was over. So it was like, all right, I'm going to just focus on boxing. It's obviously picking me, kept winning. And then once I turned 17, that's when I got the pro call, ready to make it to the pros.
Ready to do it. For
sure.
No B plan?
No B plan. This is A, and we're going to keep going full pressure.
Yeah, shout out to your father too, man. That's really important, man. You know, I don't know what position your father plays with you in your career right now, right? Is he your trainer? Is he just like, is he not your trainer right now? Like, what role does he play in your career right now?
just a support system. He my emotional support. I go to him whenever I feel like I need some reassurance on how I fight, or like we'll watch film together and stuff like that. But as far as me training, he leaves it up to the trainers. He doesn't interfere with that. He just makes sure that my mental is right and I'm ready to go, and I'm not second guessing or down myself.
Was he ever training you? Was that ever
No,
something he was doing? Okay.
no.
Okay. So you've always been, because I was going to ask you questions about that relationship, but that's not the kind. You see a lot of father-son relationships right now, and some of them are great. Some of them seem toxic at times. Some of them seem like overbearing. But it seems like you and your father always had that understanding. Like, all right, this is what I do. He gave you to the best professionals he could put you around, and had faith in that, and just supported you on that journey. Has that made that easier, do you think, on you? I mean, you don't have nothing to compare to because he didn't train you, but do you think that kind of relieves a little pressure, just not having him eyebrow beating you on what you're doing and having to answer to somebody else? Or how
I
does that feel?
mean, I feel like yeah, only because when it's a family thing, I feel like a family thing is gonna be a lot of stepping on toes, a lot of going back and forth, just trying to get each other point across, and especially when it's family and it's blood like tied into it. But yeah, I feel like it's for the better that I have like actual trainers, and he's just on the backside on the emotional support, making sure I'm fine.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt, Shamar.
So Seth LM, he said, who are some of your favorite fighters?
Some of my favorites, I like Pernell Whitaker, Thomas Hearns. I'm starting to turn into a Canelo fan. Like now, I am for sure. If I had to say the top three, I feel like those are my top three right now.
Is that something you're resonating with these fighters as far as like how you fight, or that just strictly on a fan base, like watching them fight, or is that something that you bringing into what you do?
Pernell, Pernell is more so. I like this style. I like how slick he was. I like how he is out the southpaw stance, sneaky. Tommy Hearns, I feel like I fight more so like him, and then Canelo is just somebody that's in my era that I grew up watching, and I feel like I took a lot of things out of his book.
Yeah, yeah.
Fun fact, right? And I want to ask you your opinion. But fun fact, Tommy Hearns called out Roy Jones. A lot of people don't know that, right? In the early 90s, right? How you would have seen that fight play out in their prime, Roy Jones and Tommy Hearns.
Uh, ooh, I feel like that's a 50-50 with Roy Jones and his IQ level, with Tommy Hearns and his distance and his power. I don't know. I feel like it could have went either way. I don't know how that would have went.
A lot of people don't know that, and Tommy felt like Roy was ducking him.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. That's a little toss up
That would have been a great one right there.
for sure.
He said, soon does he have fights on YouTube?
Say it again.
He said, do you have fights that'll be on YouTube?
I'm pretty sure I got two fights on YouTube that was on the Zone. It was, I fought on the undercard of Devin Haney versus Reach Progress, and I fought on the undercard of Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. I know those two are on YouTube, and I believe my second fight is on YouTube too.
Ray Spacer, is he signed to DHP?
Yes, sir. I am underneath Devin Haney Promotions.
How is that?
It's a great learning experience. Devin, he's 4 years older than me. I'm 21. He's 25. And just seeing his come up from him being 17, basically in the same shoes as me. He turned pro at 17. I turned pro at 17. He took the Mexico route. I'm in the Mexico route. And to see where he is today just keeps me on my toes and make sure I keep going.
Do you get to, now I know these questions, but just for the people, do you get to spar Devin Haney, and what's it like?
For sure. I've been sparring Devin ever since I met Devin. My first time meeting Devin, me and him sparring. But I feel like it's great. I've been learning a lot. He taught me a lot to the game. That's basically the teacher. So it's just been a lot, and I'm very blessed to have him and me to be underneath him.
And how is it to be managed with my brother Peebo, man? That's my brother.
That's more so like family. I don't even call him my manager. That's really his family. He showed me nothing but love ever since we met. He done put me in a lot of positions to win, and I'm really appreciative of him.
When we gonna see you fight again?
We supposed to be right back to work October 11th. We supposed to be in Mexico City on ESPN.
October 11th.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, I think I'm gonna have to call people, man.
October 11th is the next showing.
Yep,
That's next week, right?
next week.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, man, that's
It's a Friday.
what's up.
I think it's a Friday or a Saturday.
Yeah.
Is this gonna be an 8-rounder? You think, or
Yeah, for sure. It should be an 8-rounder. It's either 8 or I might just skip up to 10s, depending on if the commission approves it.
okay. Yeah, I'll definitely be watching. I'll definitely be watching you, man.
Appreciate it.
For sure, 1,000%. So you ain't getting no break now. You that was meal. That was your only meal.
Man, I'm about to say, yeah, that was my only meal, but it's okay. I'm ready to get back into it. We done took a 6-month layover since Ryan versus Dev on that undercard. That was a 6-month layover. I don't want to sit out another 6 months. I'm taking any dates that they throw at me. I'm ready to keep moving forward.
Man, that's amazing. I just realized you just fought. That's 2 weeks apart.
Yeah, because he said earlier, he was like, I'm getting this meal in. Like, this is it. Like, I was like, he must be getting ready for another fight. Like, something's happening.
I just ate good. I'm now ready to cut that out.
Turn the phone off. Like, nobody called.
Nobody. I'm about to go right back in the dark room. I don't want to see no food. I don't want to see nobody. I just want to trade.
So you fight next week. That's October. You want to get another fight in before the year is up too?
For sure. I'm looking. What we got? October 11th, November, January, February, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. For sure. We got 3 months left. So I'm just looking to see if I can get at least 2 to 3 more in.
2 to 3 more in before the year is up?
Yeah, for sure. October 11th, try to get one in November, and then one before my birthday in December.
So every month?
Yeah. I'm trying to get at least 2 to 3 in.
Jeez.
I like it though, man. I like it, man.
I love it. So what's it like with the holidays obviously coming? How does that work with your diet? Or you just like, listen, that's all good, but I'm focused on this.
Mm-hmm. That's basically what it is. I'll just be focused. If I don't have nothing coming up around those holidays or whatever, yeah, I'm gonna go have fun, celebrate, eat, and everything. But if I do have a date and I gotta miss the holiday, it's just a sacrifice for my future.
And now let me ask you one last question, right? Because you said Tommy Hearn's your favorite fighter, one of your favorite fighters, and Tommy Hearn just said something. He never jumped rope. He never jumped rope. He said, I running was my conditioning. If that wasn't enough, it wasn't gonna happen. He said, I never jumped rope. What do you use for? Because everybody's different, right? Deontay Wilder, he always used swimming. That was his thing. He didn't like to run because he felt like it was pounding on his knees. So he always used swimming and rope jumping. What is your ideal go-to for your conditioning?
I like to fight. I like to spar. Me just getting a lot of repetition and a lot of rounds. That's what I like to do. I like to spar.
So not much the running, jumping rope.
I feel like running is second, and then jump rope is third. But I really look forward to just sparring, just a repetition, because I'll learn how to fight tired. I can fight fresh. It's just a lot of mind and mental.
What about the heavy bag work?
Heavy bag, of course. A heavy bag got to be in a routine.
Now, let me ask you this also, because we see Shakur just injured his hand.
Brillo hands.
Right? How does that Floyd had hand issues, you know what I mean? How do you manage your hands, because that's, you got to use them all the time. So how do you manage it throughout of a week?
To be honest, I really don't know. I done had hand injuries before. I done healed off them, re-injured, and healed off it. Like, I feel like it's just a part of the sport, and it's really just God's plan.
Got any more for him, Clay?
Nah, man. I mean, not really, man. I'm excited to see what you're gonna be doing. I know you're going into 8 rounds, and obviously what comes after that. I'm really interested to see how you grow it. You're 21, so like we talked about a little bit earlier, you growing up, and are you when was your last growth spurt where you like, damn, you woke? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, when was the last time you was like, damn, I'm a whole different dude this morning?
I'm like, I feel like my last growth spurt was probably, I want to say I was like 18 or 19. That's when I started growing. I hit 6 foot. And then I want to say probably recently when I just started growing facial hair and everything, I'm like, yeah, I don't got the baby face a little bit no more.
Listen, it's different, right? It's different. So you sound like you damn near got one coming to you soon. I don't
For
know,
sure.
bro. It sounds
I
like you about
probably
that
do.
time.
I'm looking forward to
For
it.
sure. Yeah, he's 21. He got one coming for sure.
Yeah, you got another one coming probably next 2-3 years. You're gonna wake up like, oh, all right. So you ready to move forward? I mean, you know, some people stay in weight classes too long, right? I mean, are these discussions that you as a fighter and your team are having about how you plan on moving when it comes down to that time? Like, because you see some fighters just stay in a division too long. Like they just get used to there, especially if you get close to like title contention. You kind of want to get what you can get before you move on. How you guys plan on approaching that?
I mean, for sure, because we going through it right now. Even though I want to stay at 130, I feel like I could still make 130. But I feel like we gotta just stick with the plan. If I feel like it's too much on my body, I wouldn't do it. But I feel like I'll try to make 130 one more time. And depending on how I feel over that is where I'm going to fully campaign and market myself at.
Oh, so right now, even though you fought these catchweight fights, really 130 is where you're at, where you want to compete at?
Yeah, for sure. Right now, I'm gonna say over. I think that fight was in December when Dev versus Regis. I fought at that one at 130 plus 2. That was a little catchweight. I weighed in at 132 on the nose.
Right.
Those the last 2 pounds for me to get down was a lot for me. So, and then when Dev fought Ryan, that one was just at 135 even.
Right.
I made that with ease. I felt strong. I put on a better performance than I did in Oakland on the Regis card.
Right.
And then even with this card, the one I just fought on, the weight was at 140. I weighed in at 137, and I just felt strong. I just bullied through them. All my strength, all my energy. I felt like a new person. I felt great. So I feel like just off those 3 fights, I feel like 135 is the best weight class for me right now.
No doubt, no doubt.
Brother H-Dub said, you have changed weight class a few times. Do you notice the extra stress on your body from carrying more weight?
To be honest, no. I don't feel like it's no extra stress on my body. I feel like this is my natural size. Well, I wouldn't say natural, but like this is the best size that fits me.
Mm-hmm. Well, I appreciate you coming through, champ.
I appreciate you, Blue.
Yes, sir. I think I'm gonna try to look at some flights and stuff. I'm gonna hit up P after this.
For sure.
For sure, great, bro. I appreciate you, man. Just tell the people where to follow you and where they can find you.
You can follow me on Instagram at Shamar Canal. You follow me on Twitter at the real Shamar Canal. And let's do it. October 11th, we back in the ring, 10-0, 6 knockouts. Let's do it.
Let's do it. 6 knockouts. I like that. Yo, thank you.
Yes,
nice meeting you, brother.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate you, champ.
I think we know what he plans on doing in his next fight, Blue. I think he.
Oh yeah.
You don't need to ask him. You don't need to ask him how that one's going in.
Yeah, he puts that work in, man. He puts the work in for sure. You know, me personally, you know, I like to watch the process. That enamors me because as a fan of the sport, and simply I can't do it. I mean, in my young years, if I didn't choose football, I could have committed to it, right? But it's so I'm not enamored with football commitment because I did it. Right, Clay? That makes sense? Like,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But when
you kind of look at that, like you look at it and you kind of, you know, there's a little FOMO, a little bit of what could have been, and so you see it, you pay a little close attention to it.
Yeah, like I look at the man, watch them eat, watch them diet, watch them get in the sauna. You know, like, man, that just makes me respect them to the highest level. That's why I challenge everybody every day when they come here to I'm a hater. Because bro, you don't know my appreciation for what they do, my appreciation for Tank. You know what I'm saying? And his talent. It has nothing to do with his talent, nothing to do with his skill set. People confuse what I'm talking about as far as making the big fights. They confuse that with me going against his personality, who he is as a person, or who he is as a fighter. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. It's actually the opposite, because I believe in his talent and I want him to give us again, the best fighting the best, because this is the sport that I love. Maybe you don't love this. Maybe they don't love the sport, right? They just love that Tank is from Baltimore and they're a fan of his, and that's it. That's all. They may not be a fan of the sport of boxing after Tank retired. I am. So I want to see the best fight the best. Continue to grow the sport. Continue to grow, the talent in the sport, the legacies, the history in the sport. That's what I want to see, right? Once is too many times when we don't get a big fight, Clay.
Crazy. Yeah.
We didn't get Lennox Lewis and Riddick Bowe. That should have never not happened. Sugar Ray Leonard and Aaron Pryor.
Aaron Pryor, yeah.
Right. All too often. We almost didn't get Mike Tyson and Holyfield.
Yeah, we almost ain't get Usyk and Fury. We almost ain't get Better Beef and Bivol.
Right. Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford.
A lot of us cashed out. A lot of us walked away from that. All right, that fight ain't happening.
Right. Wilder and Joshua.
Yeah.
Right. Look how close we came, Clay, to not getting Better Beef versus Bivol.
Right. Injuries and lack of interest from the promoters to put the fight together, right? Like we almost got it, didn't we? And then Better Beef got an injury. We're like, oh my God, bro, what is this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't never gonna see this.
But remember, the WBC, like, hey, we ain't gonna sanction this undisputed fight because of this situation with Russia and
right.
UK. We ain't sanctioning it. So then Better Beef like, what's the point in me fighting him then?
Right.
So we almost didn't get that.
100%, man.
And Clay, I think one thing is this, Clay. One time is too many.
Yeah. For a boxing fan.
For us as real boxers.
Let's be honest.
Not boxer fan, boxing fans.
Boxing fan.
Right.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's what we should be here doing, right? We should be here trying to figure out how to get these fights, pushing for these fights to happen. As a fan, you knocking fights, discrediting fights, getting in the way of fights happening by getting too consumed with your favorite boxer's safety, or his legacy or his record or whatever it is that drives you to put up arguments that take away from a fight happening. This is the world we live in. It's a reflection of our society, right? Men or women, women or men, boys or girls, girls or boys. Boxers shouldn't fight each other. Right in the same, it's right in the same damn conversation.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? As a fan, you should be petrified of getting robbed of a fight. You should be no excuses.
Right.
We should always want to see the best fight the best.
But this is what happens, Clay, when you're a fan. That's why I always say it. Be a fan of the sport of boxing. Be a fan of a fighter second.
Right. I'm 100%.
I can't be a 49er fan if I'm not a fan of football.
Crazy.
Make that make sense. I got to be in love with the game of football to be in love with the 49ers.
100%.
And because I'm in love with the game of football, my love elevates for the 49ers. And guess what? I got to take that's what the best part is, taking the good with the bad. When hey man, we lost to the Chiefs. No cheating involved, but we played the best. It is what it is.
100%.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But that's the best part about the next one. Because now for the next one, I'm like, all right, we're going to get him this time.
Yeah, talk to him. Talk to him, Blue.
Right.
Talk to him, bro.
That's why we want to see the best fight. It's not about winning, losing, and drawing.
Right.
He might win, he might lose. But guess what? Then I want to see him do it again.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see Errol Spence make a ring walk. I can't wait.
Right.
Yeah, the chapter between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence seems to be closed. Or is it? Because guess what? If Errol Spence can bounce back, get a win at 154, he fight Jamel Charlo or something like that, get a belt, the storyline is there again.
Right.
The money is there again. The interest is there again. Imagine this, Clay. Hypothetically.
Redemption is there again.
That's what I'm trying to imagine. We get a big fight, Errol Spence and Jamel Charlo, and Errol Spence beats Jamel Charlo. Now Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford rematch down the line. All of a sudden, it's big again. That's
And
fun.
you get to see the fight that you thought you missed. Because if you ever had questions about Errol's health or his mind state or whatever it was, you get to see that fight with him redeemed. Like,
Right.
beat this version of Errol. Now the fans of
Right.
Errol can stand up and want to see this fight. And now the Terrence Crawford fans can still be like, yeah, but it ain't going to be nothing different. We can't wait. Let's get it done. Or we finally going to get no more excuses. Like, the story gets crazy. Or we can sit here and argue about shit that ain't happening because no boxing's happening.
Right. And that's why, Clay, I have an issue when we do things like allow somebody to cheat us in the sport of boxing, because Ryan Garcia is cheating us as fans.
Yo.
His lack of commitment, his I didn't take this, I took this, I did that. Bro, you don't deserve to be here. You don't deserve our dollar, you don't deserve our attention, you don't deserve none of that.
Facts.
Because
all
just
facts.
the mere fact that
Frozen. He'll be back. Something happened over there. Hopefully our connection is still good. Can we put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me, or are we both out of here? I don't see me frozen, so I'm assuming. Mic check. Do y'all hear? Okay, cool, Trapville. Yeah, what Blue was saying was so real, and it's really that simple. It's not complicated, you know what I mean? But it's become like I said, in the world of crazy people, a person who's normal gonna be crazy, right? But does that make that person crazy? Let's be honest, right? So the social standard of what things are doesn't necessarily mean that's what they are. It just means that that's what people think. And sometimes it takes more strength and more character to stand on your square by yourself and stand up for what you believe in, rather than be part of the go along and get along gang, right? We got to be honest about that. You hear? Good. That's what's up. You know what I mean? So that's why the fight is there. And you know, I'll be honest, when it comes to the Tank Davis conversation, I think the biggest thing for me is knowing that whenever I hear Calvin Ford speak on it, and I know it for myself already, but whenever I hear Calvin speak on the fact that we still haven't seen that best version of Tank yet, it drives me crazy, because that's what I want to see. Like, I want to see, because I know it's going to be boxing greatness happening in the ring that night. We're going to see him do things that are going to check the boxes and be like, that's why that kid is amazing, bro. He was what I thought he was. Man, you guys don't know yet, but I just hope you remember this moment, because whenever he gets into that fight that shows you guys what he has to show you, just know you wouldn't have it happen without that right dance partner in front of him. Just know it just wouldn't have happened. Same thing for Devin, same thing for Shakur, right? These guys are going to shine, or the computer died. Give me a second. No doubt, Blue. I got you, family. Or we'll see that they fell short. But that doesn't mean that they weren't great. You know what I mean? Just means that fighter in front of him was a better man that night. But when we don't get to see nothing, man, and we got to sit here and we're not holding fighters accountable. Come on, let's be honest, man. Your favorite fighter should always be right there. As your favorite fighter, he owes you something, right? Your support of him, it's kind of like the president, like the person you elect into a government spot. He owes you something, right? He spoke to you. He caught your attention. He got your heart. He said, yo, I'm going to do these things for you. And you put him in office, and then you look for him to go ahead and deliver on that. That's what you're supposed to do, right? You look for him to deliver on that. And if he doesn't, you hold him accountable. You ain't hating on him, but you hold him accountable to what he said he was going to deliver to you. That was the reason why you voted him in. So if you're a fan of a fighter, then yeah, man, you have a right to hold that fighter to what he said he was going to do for you. And if he's not doing that, don't just baby him and so it's going to be okay. No, ask questions. Why not? Why we ain't getting this fight, man? I thought we was getting this. I've been telling everybody you the face of boxing for how long? I've been arguing on different panels about you, and why you got me looking crazy out here. What are we talking about here in the chat? Zachy W champ. That's exactly what I said. Ooh, what's going on here? For real, he really should have just looked for another champion in his division, but he didn't do that because I heard zero reports on that. Yeah, thanks, my. Yeah, I don't know what y'all talking about up in there. If we talk, Tank Davidson has to make the fight the fans want. 100%. His fans especially. I try my best to stay away from politics. Well, I tapped into a little bit, but I don't want to get too deep into it. But listen, man, if you put somebody in office,
If you put somebody in office, and you know what I'm saying, if you put somebody in office, bro, that person better be doing what I'm just saying. If he's not, hold him accountable. Otherwise, you're going to deal with what we're looking at today, which is a party that doesn't feel any need to answer any of your needs, but they still expect your support, right? I'll come back to boxing. I'm going to leave it right there and come back to boxing. I'm going to come back to boxing, right? It's the same thing in boxing, man. It's the same thing, especially for the fans of a particular fighter. I want to see those fights. There was pressure on Terrence to make that fight happen with Earl. When I heard him fading away from that fight, like, yo, it don't need to happen. That fight don't need to happen, man. So if he want to do it, I was dying on the inside. Come on, Terrence. Come on, make it happen. Right? That's part of the game. That's part of the game. And that's not hate. That's not hate. That's the opposite of hate. You know what I'm saying? That's the opposite of hate. That's actually support, holding you to what you said you was going to do for us. You said you was going to come get niggas. You said, you know what I mean? That was the only thing on your mind. Anymore, it's like Pandora box with, it's like a Pandora box with folks. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. But we still gonna have to push for it. We pushing for it. And I'm being honest with you. I believe that people like Blue and me, I ain't gonna hold y'all, put me in the same box. We the real fans of these boxes. Because we pushing them to make those fights. We hold them accountable. We want to see those fights. We don't make excuses for them. We push them. We push them to have those fights because we know what we're going to get out of them. We know what we're going to get out of them, or what we might get out of them, or more than likely going to get out of them because of the eye test, right? The eye test lets us know. But we also know, more importantly, we're not going to get that out of him. Him fighting Lamont Roach ain't going to show you the best tank you ever seen. You know it's not. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Yeah, D-boy. Talk about it. We love Tank. Just want to see him fight. Well, we know he gonna just KO. Wait, hold on a second. I love Tank. I just want to see him fight a fight where we know he's not gonna just KO the guy in the 5th round. I want to see him in a fight, D-boy, where we don't think he's gonna KO a guy in the 5th round, and he does it anyway. That's when you like, damn, this dude is. That's what I'm trying to see. Right? That's what I want to see. I'm just keeping it 100, right? I want to see him in the ring with the dude that we know, like, nah, this is going to be a crazy fight. Then he piece him up. When Terrence did that to Errol, I know we got Errol fans in the building, and I like Errol, right? But I'm a Bud fan. You know what I'm saying? I keep it 100. I didn't see Bud getting ready to do that to Errol like that. That was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I thought he was going to win. You know what I mean? I picked him to win, but the way he won, man, bro, that was crazy. That was crazy to me. I would never seen Terrence shine like that against nobody else. Nobody else would have held that kind of weight for me. If you'd have done that to anybody else, it'd have been Terrence doing what he do. To see him do that to Errol Spence specifically was special. It was important. It was what made the win everything. It made the win that much more significant, that much more prolific, right? That's what it was. And see, so where's the person at 135 that we don't think Tank will KO? Fly it, no doubt. Listen, man, who's the guy? I mean, we know the names. We know the names, right? We know the names. Let's see what happens, right? Like Blue said, he hasn't fought anybody that's top 3 and 5 in his division. That's wild. And I ain't gonna lie to you, when it comes to the Tank Davis conversation, I spoke to somebody today who spoke to Tank, who speaks to Tank, and got some perspective on some things. I'm not going to share it so I don't expose that person with Tank and put nobody's business out there. But I'm going to say that, with Tank, I think what we're all asking, we don't realize it, is we want him to be a little bit more hands-on with his career, right? We want him to be a little bit more hands-on with his career, a little bit more demanding with his team, with the people that are around him. We want him to be a little more indifferent with them and not let them just sell him nonsense when he has laid out intention on what he wants to do, to blatantly push back on that intention and give him something that doesn't seem from the outside looking in is what he wants, right? We want him to be a little bit more hands-on, a little bit more indifferent with anybody who would go against the grain of what he put out to be done, because we listen. When we're watching, right? We listen and we're watching him, and we hear him. And when he speaks, we hear that. And then when we see it going a different direction, it's one of two things, right? Or one of a few things. Two important things, meaning he's either lying to us or his team is not on the same page with him, right? So I think that's what it is with Tank. That I know he's found success with his team operating the way it does, and it's got to be difficult at times to kind of steer away from what's working as far as monetization is concerned. You know what I mean? As far as being a successful boxer is concerned. But he's so successful in boxing, it's okay. But this legacy part of the career that he's led us to believe he's going to be committed to seems to be conflicting with the program that his team has for him, which is get him as much money as possible and put him in the biggest fights possible, money-wise. It seems to be getting in the way of the legacy a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see what happens. Salute, Hen Dog. Salute, King. What does the D boy say? I think Dev gets KO'd, and there we go. He back. He back in the building.
Yeah, I got to do something. It's crazy. Right in the middle.
Chad said his last 7 years.
What's up? What's up, man? My computer cut off right in the middle, bro. Right in the middle. Crazy. Yeah, right in the middle of a sentence. I'm like, bro, what just happened? Yeah, salute to LT, brother, in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on us in the super chat. He said wounds should be healed. New season. Chiefs in the chat. Am I wrong for thinking Art and Bivol easily beats David Benavidez and Morrell? Me personally, after I watched David Morrell fight, I'm like, bro, need more time. But again, styles make fights, right, Clay? But when I watched David Morrell last fight, I'm like, bro, the first time he fought somebody that was simply his size, I was more impressed with David Benavidez' win than David Morrell's win.
Right, because you got to factor in. You knew there was intangibles that were involved in that performance, so you understood that, and he still was able to walk away with a win. Right. I think
he fought the better competition.
100%, 100%. I think that David Morrell, fighters like David Morrell, that fight he had with Hot Rod was a blessing, bro, because you get lulled into taking opponents lightly, doing what you feel like doing, moving how you feel like moving, and getting the best results. When the matchmaking, that's, in my opinion, that's what Turkey brings to the table, is that matchmaking where it's going to be competitive. It just shows you how non-competitive his fights were before. And then he finally got in the ring with somebody who was just like, a true 175-pounder, and he couldn't just do what he felt like doing. But that's okay, though, because he walked away with the win, and now he walked away with motivation to go back now and work on those things that he thought he didn't really need to work on that much, because I always give that example for Edgar Berlanga, for Deontay Wilder, these fighters that I feel like stopped developing at a certain point. When they got so successful, they stopped moving forward and stopped mastering their passion, the science of the sport that they decided to be committed to. So I think David Morrell got that opportunity. I know his pedigree says he's better than that, what he did in that fight. I know he comes from his amateur career. I just know he comes from a better pedigree. So I'm excited to see what he does next. But just like Shushu on Friday, Shushu had to run into that I'm not going nowhere fighter. I'm not going to necessarily box like, well, I'm going to box this way. And a lot of people are like, oh, Shushu ain't ready. I look at those fights as potential things that'll move him up to the top, because now he knows I got to be balanced. I thought I could just run through everybody. I get excited. My 5 out of my last 7 fights, I stopped somebody. This is who I am now. But no, you're a boxer. And when that guy's not there to be stopped that way, you still need to win these rounds and win this fight. David Morrell had his own lesson right now, and he had it early. He got to walk away with the win the same way Shushu got to walk away with a win. Virgil Ortiz is another example, right? Virgil Ortiz got to find out he's human. Yeah, bro, you need to be boxing, because Sergey Bohachuk was like, I'm not going for that. You're not knocking me down in the second round with no body shot. You ain't getting me out of here in 3. I'm not here for that. We're going to do the whole 12. So he got to walk away. A lot of people felt like he lost that fight, but regardless, he got to walk away with a victory, and he got to walk away with a reality check. Robert Garcia got to walk away with a reality check, like, yo, we got work to do. And you still get to be undefeated, and hopefully we see the improvements made in your next fight. Shout out to Daniel Dubois, another person. I can go down the list of people who had those opportunities to learn and become better fighters down the road. So I'm interested in seeing what David Morrell does, and David Benavidez in the division.
Jazz Ahmad, you are more than welcome to click the link that I'm going to put in the chat, and you could come in and actually state your facts. How about that?
How you say that when we weren't even talking about no damn ain't nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
They can't help themselves.
You just came in here for the troll. You know you did. You came in here for the troll. You came in here to start the ish.
So you're more than welcome now, Jazz Ahmad. Right. See, don't talk in the chat. Actually click it. So you said I'm saying nonsense. Okay, cool. So come and tell us what nonsense did I speak. And see, if you waste the time, you'll be blocked. So click the link and come tell us what nonsense I'll be speaking. Blue always saying some nonsense because he's paid by the Haneys. That sounds good. But that's an adolescent's mindset. So now click the link. Don't talk in the chat. Don't tell me you got a 9 to 5 and all this, because clearly if you said I'm always saying nonsense, you got more than enough time to watch me every day say nonsense. So click the link. How about that? Don't talk in the chat. Click the link. Click the link. Trapville 9K, what's up? Since I'm paid by the Haneys, right? Click the link. Urban conversion. What's this? Conversion.
I hate AI. Wait,
Yeah,
hate AI.
He meant to say I'm a hater.
Oh,
right. But he can't. His emotions won't allow him to type correctly.
You can't look back at it and read it before you hit the send button. You can't. It's only two
Can't
words.
do it.
2-3
And
words.
Subscribe to the new channel. The link is in the chat. Also, subscribe to my brother Claymore Rain. His link is in the chat. I don't need to read your comments. I put the link in the chat. Urban conversion. The link is in the chat for you as well. Y'all got you got 3 minutes to click the link, or I'm going to block you. So now you click the link, turn your camera on, and come tell these people where I'm a hater at, and I'm always saying nonsense. So click the link. You are more than welcome to come and speak your piece. Limoncini, what's up?
You see what they put in there? I don't know if you want to put on the screen. Who else was Tank supposed to fight Blue? They all ducking.
Oh
Tank.
Yeah. I saw
way overpricing themselves. That's nonsense. You guys are just,
right. So that's why I'm saying you're more than welcome to click the link and come up here and tell us and explain yourself. Put your camera on. Don't talk in the chat behind a fake icon that's not even you. Click the link. Like I'm sitting here, like Claymore sitting here. You can actually see our face. You can actually hear us talking. Don't talk in the chat behind a keyboard and an icon. Actually, click the link, come up here, and speak your piece. You got the floor. This is my platform as well as it's yours. If you don't like something I'm saying, you disagree with something I'm saying, you got the floor. Come prove your point. Come speak your piece. Come defend your favorite fighter.
Right now.
Urban conversion said, brother, I'm talking about the guy who was saying that about you. Okay, I stand corrected. Urban conversion. I stand corrected. I apologize to you, great brother.
Salute, Urban. Salute.
I apologize to you, great brother. 1000%.
Yeah, brother has no information. Jazz, you have nothing. I promise. I know you don't have no facts to back up that nonsense you just said, and that was complete nonsense. The capitalization of the ducking just added to the nonsense. It added to what you said and made it even more nonsense. The emphasizing on ducking, you're ridiculous. You don't. And then the way overpricing themselves, you ain't got nobody that you can bring up that can back up what you just said right there. Who overpriced themselves to fight Tank? Who did it?
Right. They just be making up stuff because it goes back to what we always say, Clay. It goes back to what we always say. That's why it's irresponsible for people to come on here and push these false narratives. That's simply their opinion.
And it's not even an opinion. It's not even an opinion. It's a lie, bro. It's not an opinion.
A flat out lie.
It's a straight flat lie. I challenge you to show me how that's not a lie. You're a liar.
Right.
Capitalize LIAR, just like your capitalized ducking, capital LIAR, liar. Right. You don't know it to be true, and I'll double down on it and say, not only do you not know if it's true, you know it's a lie.
Right.
On top of that, that's what you know. You know it's a lie. It is what it is.
It's just like I said, right? Now he's mum. Yeah, right, Dion. Yeah. Salute to Dion. You want to ride this train? Click the link. Click the link. Is Jay Millie? What's up, Jesse? Jesse,
good,
what's
family?
up? I give, and that's another false narrative about me, Clay. Or Blue be out here blocking people. I'm not blocking. I give everybody equal opportunity to come and speak their piece. We have multiple great brothers come on today and speak their piece. What they disagree with. You disagree? No problem. Come and tell me why you disagree. I give you the floor, just like I gave the brother the floor. Hey, Blue, you hating? Okay, cool. Come explain to me why I'm a hater. Oh, Devin Haney talked down on this fight. Okay, come and explain. No examples.
Nothing.
Not one of them.
I don't remember exactly what it was. I just, he just be saying stuff. I can't remember. Okay.
Right. But you started off by saying you got multiple examples of Devin Haney and Bill Haney talking down on black people. Then now you got to actually show it. Now you can't show it. If you got all these examples, it should be easy. And then the other great brother said, "Hey man, you hating on Tank? Okay, cool. Show me 3 things I hate on Tank about it." You can't, because I'm not hating. Right? There's a difference in me telling you what he said and telling you the truth compared to what you want to believe or your feelings. That's a completely different situation. What you feel about, again, I feel like the 49ers is the best team, the greatest team in NFL history. That's what I feel. Now I could try to use some examples like we won the Super Bowl 5 times. That's how I feel. That's not a fact. Now, my brother AK Crowder can respond and say, "Yeah, but you also lost 3 Super Bowls."
He about to get at you. I already see it. He said that. I thought he was frozen for a minute. There, he waiting there patiently, like, "Brother, are you done yet? Because I got to talk to you."
Hey,
are you done yet, brother? I want you to say what you got to say because I don't want to get away with that, but I do need to talk to you, brother. I came up here to say something to you, brother.
AK can easily say, "Yeah, but you lost 3 Super Bowls," right? You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be like,
right,
"Nah, AK, you hating."
AK was like, he was sitting there looking like, "Yeah,
right,
I can't agree. I can't disagree with what you're saying, but I do got something to say."
Right. So my great brother AK now imagine AK saying that, and I'll be like, "Nah, AK, you hating. What? Well, how's he hating? Now he say, "Did y'all lose 3 Super Bowls?" And I say, "Yeah," but you hating.
But you ain't had to say it, though.
How could he be hating if I lost 3 Super Bowls? If he said I
had to say it, because he ain't had to say it. That's why. Because right. You ain't had to say it, though, brother. You hating. You ain't had to say that, brother.
And that's what the brother played. That's what the brother said. Remember, he said, "You ain't have to say it." What you mean? So because I said it means I'm hating?
It's a choice to say it. It's a choice, brother. You ain't got to say it. Just because it's true don't mean you saying it ain't hating.
Yeah, it's true. So you ain't got to tell the world that it's true. What you mean? Again, that goes back to, that's your fanism. That's you being a super fan. No disrespect, but that's what that is. You are a fan of a fighter. So you ain't got to bring the truth out. Why? Because it makes your favorite fighter not look good. That's what happens. So of course you don't want me to bring the truth out. Because the truth don't hold them in the same light that you make them as a superhero. You understand? It's just like the people tell the world, and Superman, yeah, he could, faster than a locomotive, can leap tall buildings in under 2 seconds, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Superman can't deal with kryptonite. Well, you ain't have to bring that up.
Right. Facts.
He ain't got no weakness, but kryptonite is weak. Nah, you ain't have to bring that up. You hate. What you mean?
Hey,
No,
point of it is, we all have a favorite fighter, but you still gotta love boxing first. Period.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay.
That's the only thing that can make you a fan for a long time, because I don't care who your fighter is, he ain't find a way to beat Father Time. He might have found a way to beat Sugar Ray Leonard. He might have found a way to knock out Mike Tyson. He might have found a way to do whatever he does in the ring, but he ain't found a way to beat Father Time yet.
They all come and go, but boxing is here forever.
Here's forever. AK, the sport of boxing is going to outlast us.
Period.
Oh, for facts, definitely. It's going to be somebody else doing what
you hating on us, Blue.
Right, I'm hating on it, but this is what happens, right, Clay? So it just shows you that they ain't gonna, when their favorite fighter leaves, they're gonna leave.
Yeah, yep. That's what it looks like.
No, that's
it looks like.
that's what it is. That's what it is. See, I had so many people in my comment section, right? When with the Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, they don't come no more. They don't come no more. And I'm pretty sure they don't watch boxing no more. See, this is what happens, right? It's just like people be like, and my brother AK know this. I'm a Bulls fan. I've been a Bulls fan since the 80s, before Michael Jordan got there. Because like I tell the story, my aunt, who is no longer with us, but she was a fan of Reggie Theus because she knew Reggie Theus. She had a crush on Reggie Theus. And I followed my aunt. My mom had me when she was young. My aunt showed me a lot of things. And I followed her. She'd cook seafood. All that is because of my aunt. I love seafood. I love crabs. That's because of my aunt. My mother's only sister. And my mother don't watch sports, but my aunt was somebody, hey, nephew, we Bulls fans. Okay. That's what she told me. Now, she later jumped ship. Rest her soul. She jumped ship on me. As soon as Reggie Theus got traded and everything, she was like, we Pistons fans. I said, no, hell, we ain't.
Oh, she was fan of a ball player. She was fan of a basketball player.
Yeah.
The
That's
devil
what she
is
was.
a lie. The devil is a damn lie.
But my loyalty and how I am as a person,
right.
once she said we Bulls fans,
that was it.
That was it for me. I never root for the Knicks. I'm born and raised in New York. I never ever rooted for the Knicks ever. The only time I ever want to see the Knicks win is when the Bulls is not playing. And I'm just a favorite. I'm just telling you, I want to see the Knicks win because I'm straight from New York. Ain't got nothing to do with the Knicks, nothing. I just want to see New York win.
So when the Bulls and the Knicks were going at it in all those finals with John Stark,
me going to school as a Bulls
fan, it had to be horrible for you, bro.
What? And my mom was a hustler and worked multiple jobs and stuff, right?
Right.
And so was my grandmother. My grandmother was the head chef for the WWF at the time, and the Islanders at the Coliseum, right? So I had stuff, and my aunt was obviously into this. So I had stuff. I had Bulls stuff. That you remember back then. In today's time, you could get anybody's jersey at any time. Right. It was back then. You had to live. You had to live in Chicago, or you had to live in New York. Like the only jersey they sold was Michael Jordan.
Right, there ain't no Amazon, wasn't no, you know what I mean? It was none of that. It wasn't in the stores what you had access to.
It was none of that. It was only your region. Right. And you had some players like Michael Jordan that was bigger than life. Right. So obviously every city had a Michael Jordan jersey. Bro, I went to school with Scottie Pippen jerseys, John Paxson jersey. People like, bro, where's you getting this from? Just because my family access. You know what I'm saying? So when I went to school, it was like, bro, what? Because the Knicks and the Bulls went at it.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Bro, I was
crazy. It was crazy. Those were some of the best games ever, bro.
Clay, know this. He's from New York, Clay.
Oh, dude, man, that was amazing basketball back then.
Clay, how many Bulls fans was out here? Slim.
Crazy. I mean, you had Jordan fans, but Bull fans?
Bulls fans?
Yeah, when they came down for the Knicks to play the Bulls, everybody knew where to be at. We was over here with them Knicks. There was a couple of you guys dragging around.
And Clay, tell them, it was getting physical.
No, it got crazy.
In danger.
It got crazy, especially the way the Knicks kept losing.
What?
It got crazy. I'll never forget when John Starks made that run up the side and dropped that crazy 3-pointer. Man,
listen, bro. Tell them, Clay, walking in New York as a Bulls fan,
not good.
After we beat the Knicks, bro, your life was on the line.
Don't smile. Don't do none of that, bro. You might as well come outside. You don't. What is
Blue,
wrong?
You needed concealed and carry back then.
Listen, they ain't had it either. It was a problem.
I promise you, it was problems. It was problems, bro.
Issues.
It was problems. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks ain't win forever. Right now, I don't know if y'all see. I'm gonna send it to AK. That video where the Knicks won the series against the Sixers, and the fans, I know you've seen it, right? When the fans was going crazy, hey, this person, they was inviting people, they was going nuts.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, New York flips upside down for two teams, the Knicks and the Yankees.
Yes, sir.
It gets real for the Knicks and the Yankees, bro.
Yes, straight ignorant.
The Giants, the Jets, Mets, if you in Queens,
right?
Yeah, You know what I'm saying? But just universal throughout the whole city, the Knicks and the Yankees. Oh man, it gets real. It gets real. So that's what I'm saying, right? That's
Yeah,
not Southpaw. Get him out of here.
that's a fanatic. That's probably him. That's
Nah,
probably him.
No, because it's a fake one. He hit me up on Instagram. That's a fake one. It's a fake one that always.
They be mad, bro. They've been mad. They've been mad.
So you know what I'm saying? My point in saying this is that when my aunt jumped ship, I didn't jump ship, but I knew so many people that was running around posturing as Bulls fans because they was Michael Jordan fans. And now today's time, these same people be hitting me. Man, you still a Bulls fan? What? What you mean am I still a Bulls fan? I never not been a Bulls fan. You was a Michael Jordan. Oh, you thought I was a Michael Jordan fan. No, I've never been a Michael Jordan fan. My favorite player, my entire family can tell you this. My favorite player all time has always been Scottie Pippen. And then Carmelo Anthony in recent time.
Carmelo Anthony was mine too.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so Michael Jordan, obviously, how could you not love Michael Jordan? You know what I'm saying?
Especially what he do on the court.
That's the GOAT. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna say I wasn't a Michael Jordan fan, but he wasn't. I didn't live in, and everything wasn't Michael Jordan for me. It was Scottie Pippen. You know what I'm saying? It's just that you didn't have the access. You know what I'm saying? And my Ron on Broken Tradition, Ron to tell you, I didn't go nowhere. I was so much of a Bulls fan. Ron could tell you this. I wish he was in. I don't know if he's listening. I didn't go nowhere. Chat family, Clay, AK, chat family, peopleizations. Yo, this gonna sound bizarre to y'all. I don't care how I got dressed. Under everything I wore, I had my Bulls jersey underneath it as a white beater.
Wild, bro. That's wild.
That's a fact.
You like Mike in them North Carolina shorts.
Exactly.
That's extra crazy, man. That was for the time, because that definitely would get an extreme pause today, bro. Right, that'll be a pause. Back then, we were a little more secure about ourselves, so we didn't.
everything I wore, every time I don't care how I could have been going to a party fully dressed, hanging out. Underneath that, Michael Jordan jersey. That's Chicago Bulls jersey.
That's wild.
All facts.
That's different.
All facts.
That's all facts. If Ron Broken Tradition here, he'll tell you, like, bro, they used to be like, in the hood, they used to be like, yo, bro, you got that jersey. I don't care what you say. I had the jersey on underneath. I could be fully dressed to go to a club.
No.
And underneath, I kid you not. I'm going to the tunnel. I'm going to all this stuff, right? And I straight up got a Michael Jordan jersey under there.
That's extra facts. You did the
Bulls jersey under there.
Extra facts. Do you ever look back at that?
All facts. And right now, today's time, I got a whole. My wife will tell you, I got a whole section of just Bull stuff, and I got a whole section in my house just Yankee stuff, and a whole section just Niners stuff.
At least you
right now, she was just like, "Yo, bro, put this in storage. Season almost over." What? Season just started. She told me about my Yankee stuff. Mm-hmm. Bro, season just started. You know what I'm saying?
Well, right.
Yeah, it's go time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, D-Boy said your neck ain't used to be sweating.
He was looking brolic in the club. He was looking extra brolic. Like,
but you know, back then the jersey
traps like crazy. That boy up in the gym, his traps.
But you gotta remember, back then the jerseys wasn't the same material as today. So it was almost equivalent.
Yeah, you're all right. It didn't have that sweat, that piece that goes right here. Like,
yeah, it didn't have all that, and it wasn't as thick. Remember, it was thinner.
Right.
So I mean, today's time I can't get away with that. It's just too thick. Like the authentic joints is just
right.
It's too ridiculous. But back then, I could get away with it because it was thin. You know what I'm saying?
You was ready to jump out the box. You was ready to jump out on somebody acting crazy and rip the shirt open like,
bro, what? Yo, they used to be like, my boys would be like, yo, let's go play ball. I'm just taking my stuff off. They'd be like, bro, what? Yo, it got so ridiculous. I'm gonna tell y'all this. All facts. Ron, I wish he was here. All facts. I used to have the leg sleeve that Jordan had. Now, nobody had the leg sleeve.
You don't even know why you had it on.
I
You
ain't
don't
even
even know.
my calves was hurting and everything wearing
Like
that
there's
leg sleeve.
actually a reason to be wearing this leg sleeve. I don't know why, but I'm putting mine on in support.
I was straight up wearing a leg sleeve, AK. That's how much of a Bull fan I am.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
amen.
So this is. So when I say this, man, you know what I'm saying, to the fans, be a fan of the sport first. You know what I'm saying? Be a fan of the sport first, bro. I'm a fan of basketball. I'm still see, this shows you, right? I still go to Chicago and I'm gonna get up with AK in Chicago again. This year we're gonna get up and watch the Bulls, right? And we ain't gonna be good. But I'm going.
I'm going. I go too. Hell yeah.
I'm going.
Wait,
I'm
who's a
supporting
fan
them.
of AK? You're not a Bulls fan?
Yeah. No, I say
Yeah,
I
bro.
go whether they good or not.
Right,
I go
right.
all year long. Yeah. I don't miss a beat. Just like with the Bears. You know, I go whether we win or lose. I'm going. That's my team.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying, right? Because why? Because why, AK? Because we fans of the sport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I go to
saying?
Detroit. I was just in Indiana. I went to the Texas takeover even though we lost. I go to that shit. I go to about
Right.
4-5 games, 3 at home, 3 away, or vice versa. I go.
Okay.
And that's what I'm trying to tell people, man. That's the thing that we don't do in boxing, and that's the thing that I don't understand. It just don't resonate with me because I'm a different type of loyalty, man.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so be a fan of the sport, bro. How could you be okay with and I saw somebody earlier said, well, how could you blame what the brother was saying? He ain't have nobody else to fight and all of this and so on. Man, he had other options. He's in a position of power. When you in position of power, you can fight the best. You don't want to, if you don't want to activate your position of power, that's something different. If you want to allow them to control your narrative, then don't say you in a position of power. You can't say you're a boss if you being bossed around. If somebody telling you what to do, yeah, you could be a boss in your own right, but at the end of the day, you're still a boss in your own right, not overall. There's a difference. But you can't tell me, nobody can tell Canelo who to fight, when to fight him, and how to fight him. That ain't gonna happen.
You see, he just gave up his IBF and made that Edgar Berlanga fight and was like, well, who you talking about mandatory to, bro? I don't need that.
Right.
Walk away from that.
He like, bro, who you going what did he just say? Ain't nobody gonna tell me who to fight, when to fight him, and how to fight him.
Man.
He just laughed at, remember somebody asked him, oh, now you can't fight Terrence Crawford. Remember this. Somebody asked him, now you can't fight Terrence Crawford because they ordered the fight. And he was like, man, he laughed at it and said, belts don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Get that dude USA boxing, get him up out of here, please. Get him up out of here ASAP.
Your mama, your mama. Y'all wish.
It's amazing, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But
it's amazing.
We good right here on the internet, though. Y'all could do what y'all do. But y'all know already what it is.
No, not
everybody's tough behind the button, you know.
Well, they can find out too. I'm sure they get opportunity. I'll be out. It'll be crazy. It'll be crazy.
They can do what they want in somebody else's chat, not in this one.
Yeah.
I'm taking my daughter to the Bears game this weekend for her birthday.
Huh?
So I'm taking my daughter to the Bears game first time this weekend for her birthday.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
Oh, happy birthday to her, man.
She excited too. She excited. I bought her a jersey and everything.
How old is she?
She turned 31. Yep.
Damn, I'm thinking like she like 14. You taking her to the first game?
My youngest baby will be 21 in February. I'm old. I'm 52, bro.
You made it, brother. You made it, brother. Congratulations, bro. That's beautiful.
And man, you know what, AK? I think I'm gonna have to come out there early. We might have to hit a Bear and Bull game.
Okay, just let me know. All I got to do is
I'm gonna get in the conversation, bro. I'm gonna get in the conversation.
I don't work weekends no way. So.
Yeah, I got it because I went to me and the wife, we went to the Bulls and we went over by the Cubs stadium. But
I'm a Cubs fan. I'm not a Sox fan.
Yeah. I got to see. I had to go to Wrigley. Had to.
Yeah, I love
That's
Rayo.
it.
Yeah,
That's historic. That's historic.
the
Now had to
story
go there.
exactly. Yes, sir. Yeah,
Yeah.
all day long.
And let me say, Clay, you ever been to Chicago?
I've been to Chicago, but I was in the Navy. You know what I'm saying? I got a cousin
Okay.
who lived in Chicago, so when I was out there, where was I? You know where the Navy base is at? Over there by what is it, Gurney?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? I can't remember the top of my mind, but I went to Chicago then and chilled at my cousin's house, went on some hood shit, right? Did Thanksgiving out there, but I never got a chance to experience any part of Chicago like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh
I
man,
definitely want to come out there.
it my first time going there was like I was in awe, bro, because I've been so many places and experienced so many places. Nothing is like New York. So
Mhm.
people always compare LA to New York, and I'm like, when I go to LA, I'm like, yeah, no, definitely ain't. There's no comparison. No disrespect to LA, but there's just no comparison. Miami, you know what I'm saying? So many different places. I don't see no comparison.
To
But I
Chicago?
went to Chicago, I was like,
Darn near
yo,
twins.
yeah, yo,
That's like Metropolis, right? Like that's where Superman from. Like
and
that's like
my wife
or
don't
Batman.
my wife don't like she don't she like, bro, living anywhere other than New York ain't happening. But when we
Wow,
went to Chicago, she was like, yo, I
I
never
could
seen
do
her
this.
so comfortable when we went because it felt like we was just in New York,
Right.
but
Yeah.
just cleaner. It's just cleaner though. Cleaner, man. Like the structure, it just like, oh man, I just loved it, man. I loved everything about it, man. I was like, yo, this is
And when you come here, we gonna go to the L station. You look that up. That's a beautiful place, boy.
yeah, yeah,
Black owned, man. Food is
yeah.
fabulous. Land, good stuff. Good
I
drinks.
know
Oh,
you.
say less, say less, say less. But yeah, let's get on out of here, man.
Yo, y'all
Appreciate
catch that
y'all.
vice president election, that vice president debate tonight?
Nah, I ain't,
No,
I'm
man.
I
catching
ain't
it,
into
yo.
that.
That dude gonna
I
eat
don't,
him
I
up,
don't
man.
want to
He
hear
gonna eat him up.
dumb Trump. He don't do nothing but
It just
disrespect people anyway. So I don't want to
yeah,
hear that fool.
it's just
No, it ain't Trump. It's the vice presidents.
Oh, the vice president? Oh, I
yeah.
might check a little bit of it out then.
I think it's gonna be competitive. That's like boxing.
He said that thing's gonna be competitive.
Yeah. All
You be
right,
like,
my brothers.
oh,
I
he got him
appreciate
with that
y'all.
All
one.
right, my great brother AK.
I love coming up here, hanging out with y'all for a moment while before I get off
Likewise,
work.
No
likewise, my
doubt,
Yeah.
no
brother.
doubt.
Can't
Appreciate
wait
you,
to
man.
see you, Clay. Wherever you
Yeah,
at, I'm gonna be there, bro. You already know.
I
Ask Blue, I'll
appreciate you,
pull up
King.
on
All facts.
you.
I
Yes, sir.
appreciate you, family.
Hey,
Thank you, man.
you
All
going
right,
on
you on
tonight?
tonight, Clay?
Probably not. I ain't gonna lie. Maybe I gotta catch this debate. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna have it playing, man.
Okay. Well, I'll be, have my bell icons on. If you show up, I'll be there. If you don't, I'll see you on the next one.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Salute my
All
brother
right. Peace.
AK, man.
Love y'all.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Salute, King.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, Blue.
No doubt, great brother. Somebody kept asking me, how did I become a 49er fan? It was passed down generations. All my teams have been passed down for generations. I've never just chose a team based off of anything other than being passed down. So all my teams, the Bulls, the 49ers, my uncle, my grandfather, they passed the 49ers down. My aunt passed the Bulls down. My grandfather passed down. My great-grandfather passed down the Yankees. That's how I became fans of these teams. Always passed down, bro. So I know it looked weird to people like, bro, you grew up in New York. Yeah. Only New York team I root for is the Yankees and the Islanders. That's it. Everything else has been passed down, man. It's been passed down. So that's how I became a Bulls fan. Pancho V, appreciate you, brother. Yeah, everything's been, even the sport of boxing is passed down. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of anything other than it being passed down to me. That's just the truth. So that's where I'm at with it, man. That's where I'm at with it. But I appreciate y'all, man, coming through, starting up, holding your boy Blue down, and showing me love. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Your boy Blue. Again, man. Salute Reginald Moon. Appreciate you. Matt Max, what's up, family? Blessed to all the queens. Salute to everybody in the chat. I know with some people I missed. D-Boy Dev, salute. I didn't get to salute all my peopleizations tonight. But y'all know I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all know I love y'all, man. And it's a blessing. And shout out to Shamar Canal, Trapville 9K. What's up? Much love. Go follow and support Shamar Canal, man. It's a blessing, man. His journey. Let's support his journey. Let's push his journey, man. And let's get behind his journey. Shamar Canal, man. Go subscribe to him on Instagram as well, man. Go support him. Subscribe to him, man. And let's push him, man. Let's push him to the top. Let's do it. All right. So I appreciate y'all coming through. It's your boy Blue signing off.